is the month of May. Hello everybody and welcome to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the racing capital of the world. It is round 5, now round 6 of the season, and we're here live on JB Motorsports and on USM. Welcome to the Indianapolis Grand Prix, sponsored by Sonsio. And we welcome you up to the commentary box then for what is going to be a fabulous day of running. Really can't wait to get started. Hello everybody, I'm Joshua Birch. Alongside me in the commentary box will be JT, and hopefully Megan will be stepping in as well to give us a hand. We're all set for what's going to be a cracking round. The month of May officially gets started, which means following our coverage here, you can join us for live coverage of every single second of practice and qualifying and all 500 miles of the 110th running of the Indy 500 starting on Tuesday. Oh yeah, we don't get a break. We don't. We really don't. We get Monday to relax and then it's right back to work with a very busy week. Well, let's send it right back to the orbit because we've got something new to show you. Our new pre-race graphics are loading in. There's the starting grid, all 24 cars at the moment, now 25 actually lining up correctly. 1 to 2 and then 13 to 14, followed then also by the current live standings. Yes, Alex Palou leads on 205 points to Kyle Kirkwood on 188, David Malukas on 142, Paolo Ward 136 and Christian Lundgaard on 131. And it's Alex Palou who took pole position earlier on today after a very entertaining strategy through very difficult conditions. But it's actually Paolo Ward who lines up first and second. And there's been a lot of talk in the press conference about their push-to-pass shenanigans. We'll hear from all that in our pre-show as well. Let's welcome in USM regular and our JBM producer and commentator, Josh Turner. Hello JT, good evening to you, and this is proving to hopefully be a very interesting night as we go IndyCar racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Hello everyone, welcome along. I am here for now, but I will be vanishing just before 6 PM Eastern time to get ready for the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, game 4 between the Hurricanes and the Flyers. That's at 6 PM Eastern. Matthew, myself and Seth on that one. Best get the plug away early so I don't get shouted at by Matthew. There you are. But yeah, good Indy Grand Prix coming up. Palou took the pole. This is going to be, JB, Alex Palou versus the rest of the field.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think that's kind of the way we were gearing this up, weren't we? Because it's sort of a yeah and no situation, isn't it? It's very much a weird way the situation's sort of handling at the moment. What do you think we're going to be witnessing coming into today's race?
We have to keep an eye on Louis Foster. He qualified 6th, an incredible qualifying for the 45 car. Top 2 was a little bit predictable, you could say, with Palou and Ward. But yeah, getting into the fast 6, Louis Foster once again, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do round the Indy road course. I hope you're enjoying the view of the Indianapolis road course grass, JB.
Yeah, I mean, at least we've got a background to talk about while we take a look at the grid. It was a messed up qualifying. If you joined us yesterday, qualifying did get cancelled out due to the rain, and the medical helicopter couldn't fly. That's why we've had to reschedule it to this morning, and now we're getting set for the Sonsio Grand Prix. But yeah, JT, what are you making of the action? As actually, in the background, Tom Gamer is talking. But yeah, what are you making, Bill? That
might be a new JBM background image right there.
I quite like that, to be fair. That should be a background. Especially maybe coming into the month of May.
Definitely, but then again, the one with the pagoda is pretty good.
Yeah, we all like the pagoda. We thought about changing it, but the pagoda background looks good. If we can find a nice one where it's sort of at the start line looking up to the pagoda, I think that's what a full pagoda shot like this one here actually might be quite worth a background shot coming into it. But we are all set, hopefully, for a cracking eventuality for this championship race. Let's check in with Tom Gaymore as we get right there, JT. That's the one. Well, JT's found it immediately, getting ready for it all to kick off.
I
Let's
forgot
check
you
in.
can see my screen.
I can still see your screen. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Well, let's check in then with Tom Gaymore over at Sky as we get set for all of the action.
Winning races and was pointing his finger at Alex Palou in terms of grey area, but it's a gentleman's agreement that you don't do that. Palou was doing that. Pato didn't think it was the best of things to be doing. Well, you can get in touch with your thoughts on social media. You can use my hashtag Sky IndyCar, and of course my handle at Tom Gaymore, Gaymor. Use X, Blue Sky or Instagram, and we can chew the fat. We can have that discussion in real whilst we wait for our Fox colleagues to join. They're a little bit late joining the program, they're delayed, so you've got my dulcet tones for a little bit longer. But as I said, get in touch on Twitter and or X or Blue Sky, whatever you want to get in touch on, and we can chew that fat with any questions you may have. There is the man at the moment. There is Palou, who was deep in that discussion with Pato Ward, just walking past Pato's car there on the left. Palou very much focused on what he needs to do today, very quick in qualifying, and if it is a black race, of course, his super strength, like we've seen Scott Dixon's fuel-saving super strength over the years, Alex Palou's super strength, very much the black tyre pace. He can do things on the harder primary tyre that other people just cannot do, and we will wait and see if he can replicate that today. He did use a new set of sticker reds in qualifying, so his pace advantage that we saw over one lap may be slightly better than others who use the used tyre, so it might not be quite as drastic as you think. But there's Pato looking very cool, calm and collected like he always does. Yeah, Pato looking a lot happier than he did yesterday. Talking of tyres, of course, you have to use each compound, the red and the black. The primary tyre, the black, is the harder compound. The alternate, the red, is the softer compound. The allocation in terms of what the drivers are starting on, Alex Palou's gone for the primary tyre, and Pato Ward behind him, Felix Rosenqvist gone for the alternate. They always say now, basically do the opposite of what Palou does, otherwise you've got no chance of beating him if you do the same. It's as simple as that. But the important point there with Pato Ward and Felix Rosenqvist starting on the red sidewall tyre is a long run down to turn one. It's a big braking zone. We've seen drivers over the years come from further back. We saw Devlin last year come from sort of the second, third row down to lead into turn one. On that harder sidewall tyre, Alex Palou's going to be compromised a little bit in terms of temperature and grip through the first couple of corners, whereas Pato Ward, Felix Rosenqvist might be able to jump him with the red, softer sidewall tyre. We will have to wait and see. It's an if and a but, it's a whim and a prayer, but they'll want to get ahead of Alex Palou down into turns 1 and 2. There's no doubt about that. Try and stop his charge. If you let Palou lead here and lead comfortably, it's only ever going to end up one way. He's very, very quick around this road course. Well, Alex Palou has won the past three, I should say, and could become the 5th driver since 1946 to win 4 consecutive IndyCar Series events at the same track. He is very good around here. He's been very good all year already. Already won 3 races, of course. In fact, his average finish since the start of last season is 4.5. That is quite astonishing, and it's that consistency. When he's not winning, he's always up there. Talking of someone who's always up there, that man on your screen, David Malukas, nicknamed Little Malukas, but if you've seen his coverage all the coverage this year. His chats with Jack Harvey, definitely wants to get rid of that nickname. Said he's called Sideways Malukas or Medium Malukas. He's going to wait till he wins a race, or wins an IndyCar race, before he calls himself Big Malukas. But, you know, he's been the top Penske driver in qualifying for the last 5 races. And bearing in mind, he's just starting at a huge team with lots of pressure on his shoulders. You've just got to think that this has been the dream start for David Malukas. Such a nice guy, goes about it with a smile on his face. And if you think of the woes that he had with Arrow McLaren and breaking his wrist and, you know, the speed bumps that he had, you've got to think that he deserves this luck. And he's riding that crest of a wave, and it's been absolutely fantastic to watch. He's never finished better than 12th here, and that shows now he's in a Team Penske machine who've won more races around here than any other team. He's right at the front, and if you look at where his teammates are, another fantastic performance in qualifying for David Malukas.
So we are slightly delayed at the moment, and I believe that's due to a college basketball, as we're also now hearing
College basketball ended ages ago.
That's what because M3 Rate Car is saying. JT.
It might be college softball.
Oh, that could be it. JT, though, looking at the lineup, I know we've mentioned a couple of them, but it's going to be Alex Palou to try and do a double-double. He won the road course, he won the 500. Could he now try and do that again this year and join what Simon Pagenaud did back in 2019?
Possibly. Yeah, we shall see. At the moment, I've got on my screen. Hold on, let me get the Fox schedule up. What is this on main? This is on main Fox, isn't it?
They always are on main Fox. Yes. So they always are on. That's why we've got a bit of a delay here as we wait to see what's going to happen next. Even the live timings haven't come available yet.
UFL.
It's a UFL.
Yeah. DC Defenders for the Louisville Kings.
Apparently, Bob Podcast just said a UFL upset right before IndyCar race on Fox. Can anyone upset Alex Palou? He certainly is the favourite coming into this one. Nice to see that they've given...
at the moment...
Go on. Yeah?
Green isn't scheduled technically for another 14 minutes.
Yeah, but even pre-race ceremonies look a little bit delayed, which is a little bit...
Let's go to JB for pre-race ceremony.
Oh, say, can you see? How was that? That impressed you a little bit, didn't it?
No,
oh.
just no.
I'll sing if you want me to.
Yeah, please save our ears. No.
Save our souls, save our ears. We'll see if that happens at some point as well. Many people are racing with Alex and Hardy stickers. Our great legend of IndyCar. That was
a lot of pineapples on helmets.
Which is wise. Very good news. I just hope that we get this sorted quite quickly, because right now we're sort of just hanging around here waiting for a green flag.
Welcome to the Stage Zero podcast.
Oh, still, this is going to be a great race. Drivers aren't going to like this either, the delay. Let's head back over there to Tom Gamer.
The Sonsio Grand Prix laps around this Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, and what really signifies the start of the month of May. We've got lots of that practice live for you on Sky Sports as we ramp up through those sessions towards qualifying next week, so stay tuned. I will post that on socials, the schedule that you've got to look forward to. But right now we focus our attentions on 85 laps around this 2.439 14 turn road course. Can anyone beat Alex Palou? That is the $1 million question. Will Powers won races round here, so has Scott Dixon, Joseph Newgarden has, Alexander Rossi and Rinus VeeKay, or will it be someone else?
Well, we finally got it. Welcome to Indianapolis.
Back to Indiana. Back to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Go, go, go.
Where the smiles come easy and the personalities show up. Ready for the road course that demands tempo, flow, and soul. Built right inside the Brickyard, it's a reminder to every driver what May is all about. Find the groove or fall out of sync.
So sorry.
Someone's already found it. Out front in command, setting the pace again.
The best has returned, better than ever.
But now, can anyone take it from him? You don't win the Indianapolis 500 here, but you absolutely set yourself up to chase
Can
it.
he hang on? Does he have enough?
The drivers who leave here with momentum carry it into the biggest stage in racing. May starts here.
We're all set then. Let's welcome in Will Buxton, Townsend Bell and James Hinchcliffe as we get set for pre-race ceremonies.
In the world of motor racing, the advent of the month of May means one thing. The fastest racing on earth returns to its spiritual home, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But before the Indy 500, the greatest spectacle in racing first, this Sonsio Grand Prix on the Indy road course, and that is what we are here this afternoon to enjoy. Welcome, folks, to Indianapolis with me, Will Buxton, with Townsend Bell and James Hinchcliffe, and Alex Palou, the championship leader and four-time champion, will be starting this race from pole as he has the previous two seasons. Now, in the previous two seasons, he won this race from pole, and if he's to do so again today, he would be the first man in history to achieve that at the same circuit 3 years in a row. Quite the record it would be. Townsend, some drivers out there, though, have it all to do today.
Yeah, listen, if you want to know how challenging this sport is right now, look no further than the fastest man in the history of IndyCar. I'm talking about Will Power, a 71-time pole sitter, a winner here on the road course and the Indy 500. Those crazy eyes lead to so much speed, but today he starts 25th. That is dead last. Are you kidding me? Will Power laughed. I talked to him about an hour ago. He said, guys, it's just that hard. I don't know exactly what to blame it on. I'm just the slowest guy in qualifying. Hinch, a lot of competition through the field today.
A lot of competition and a lot of reasons to want to be quick here today because momentum in May is a real thing. A few drivers have swept the month of May, starting with Will Power. That was back in 2018. Took the GP before that Indy 500 win and those famous eyes. Next year, his teammate. He did the hat trick. Simon Pagenaud won the GP, the pole for the 500, and then the race. And then we've got Alex Palou, who did it last year. Guys, I've got experience doing this. My best GP led to my best qualifying in the 500, led to my best race. Momentum is real, but it's got to start here today.
And there is the car of Alex Palou, our four-time champion for Chip Ganassi Racing. And let me tell you, folks, Chip Ganassi knows how to pick racers, knows how to pick champions. And Alex Zanardi was so much more a champion.
66 races, 10 poles, 15 wins, 2 championships. Those are the numbers. Let me tell you a little bit about the man. Mo Nunn called him the pineapple. Spiky. Yes, he was driven, determined too. But spiky? Not to me. He was fierce, relentless, courageous, resilient.
With a brilliant move.
But he was gentle and kind, thoughtful, and he was fast. My God, was he fast. In everything, even after his accident. Multiple wins with hand controls in touring cars. And paracycling, 12 World Championship golds, 6 Paralympic medals, 4 of them gold. But again, those are the numbers. He was so much more.
Molto bene, molto bene.
It is rare to meet someone in this sport who is universally loved, universally respected, and universally admired. His strength inspired millions. He showed us what it truly meant to fight. One of the greatest champions we've ever had. One of the greatest people I've ever known. And when you think of him, think of how he raced. Think of how he lived. Think of how he made you feel.
What a feeling right now.
Think of how he made you smile. As I will, when I remember my friend, Alex Zanardi.
Let's check in with Tom Gable.
Pretty powerful stuff there, and just a moment's pause there to remember the great man. Well, Alex Zanardi, gone but not forgotten. There are his decals on every single one of the cars up and down pit road here. You can also see the number 7 car. That's Christian Lundgaard. Slightly altered livery for him. Now, he's a driver that goes really well around here. Came to Arrow McLaren last season and it just didn't click. They've done some homework and he starts inside the Fast 6. He starts alongside Felix Rosenqvist. He's got David Malukas and Louis Foster behind him as well. Quite a few of you getting in touch on social media. Thanks for that. Lem getting in touch saying, can you give a shout out to the IndyCar Fans UK group on Facebook? Yes, we're all in it together. Watching IndyCar as we head now back to Indianapolis for more of the build-up.
Welcome back to Indianapolis, and our special thanks go to the KC-135 Stratotanker flyover provided by 434 Refueling Wing out of Grissom Air Reserve Base. It is a beautiful day for racing. No place we would rather be than right here back home in Indiana. And no better place to go than trackside for the command.
It's time to give the command for the Sonsio Grand Prix. Please welcome Sonsio Vehicle Protection CEO, David Jones.
Drivers, start your engine!
Engines fired, and before we go racing, let's take a look at the Sonsio Grand Prix starting grid.
Will Power, Toowoomba, Australia, Andretti Global.
Dennis Hauger, Aurskog, Norway, Dalecorn Racing.
Stingray Rob, Payette, Idaho, Juncos Hollinger Racing.
Kiffin Simpson, Cayman Islands, Chip Ganassi Racing.
Ries Vieke, Hoofddorp, the Netherlands, Juncos Hollinger Racing.
Marcus Armstrong, Christchurch, New Zealand, Maya Shank Racing.
Christian Rasmussen, Copenhagen, Denmark, ECR.
Nick Schumacher, Germany, Rahal, Latterman, Lannigan Racing.
Scott McLaughlin, Christchurch, New Zealand, Team Penske.
Nolan Siegel, Palo Alto, California, Arrow McLaren.
Santino Ferrucci, Woodbury, Connecticut, AJ Foyt Racing.
Marcus Ericsson, Kumla, Sweden, Andretti Global.
Alexander Rossi, Nevada City, California, ECR.
Kyle Collet, São Paulo, Brazil, AJ Foyt.
Romain Grosjean, Geneva, Switzerland.
Joseph Newgarden, Nashville, Tennessee, Team Penske.
Kyle Kirkwood, Jupiter, Florida, Andretti Global.
Scott Dixon, Auckland, New Zealand, Chip Ganassi Racing.
Graham Rahal, Columbus, Ohio, Rahal, Letterman, Lannigan Racing.
Louis Foster, Odium, England, Rahal, Letterman, Lannigan Racing.
David Malukas, Chicago, Illinois, Team Penske.
Christian Lundgaard, Hedenstead, Denmark, Arrow McLaren.
Felix Rosenqvist, Värnamo, Sweden. I used to be a downhill skier. Got the need for speed.
Pato Award, Monterrey, Mexico, Arrow McLaren.
Alex Palou, Barcelona, Spain, Chip Ganassi Racing.
Well, that is your grid. Alex Palou, as we've already said, back on the pole position. Guys, what's fascinating for me are that the drivers starting immediately behind him, Pato Award and Felix Rosenqvist, are going on the offensive earlier. They are starting this race on the soft tyre, which could be a huge advantage with that increase in grip and pace in the early laps. Why don't we take a look, though, at this Indy road circuit. So complex, tight, twisting, and very challenging.
Undeniably the smoothest road course on the schedule. This place is billiard top smooth, and it is fast. Down the long front straightaway, they'll hit 185 miles an hour in the draft, on push to pass, and hard under the brakes into turn one, all the way down to first. Through to the backside, turn 4, very tricky on the brakes to keep the car balanced, and then through the fast chicane of 5 and 6, and a great passing opportunity here, James.
Great passing opportunity into 7, 180 mile an hour maximum speed. When you head into the S's, 7 through 10, you're going to see all sorts of curb riding, some side-by-side action, but it's important to get a good run out of 10 because you're flat out through 11 as you briefly go back up onto the short chute of the oval for another passing opportunity, hard on the brakes into 12, cut back in, low speed, minimum 66 out of 13, and then it's all on the throttle Townsend through 14 and down that famous front straight, going the wrong direction if you're used to seeing the Indy 500. That our track preview sponsored by Honda on the right-hand side of the screen. Good weather today, 76 degrees and sun. To go with rain delay qualifying to this morning. Just a 5-mile-an-hour wind. Track tank up at 118 degrees. Down to pit lane now, and Kevin Lee.
Well, definitely someone to watch today is Graham Rahal. He's always been good here, and so has the team. And he says he's a little bit better than his 7th place starting position. He made a mistake, and there was more to get out of the car from what they did in qualifying today. Remember, his famous father, Bobby, won here on the oval in the Indy 500 40 years ago. It's been 9 years since Graham won for the last time, one of his 6 IndyCar wins, but he has 9 podiums since then. Might get another one here today. Georgia.
It has been a huge couple weeks for Felix Rosenqvist, a pole position and a podium finish for that team in Long Beach. And then just a few days ago, they welcomed their beautiful baby girl, Stella, on May 4th to the world. He said it's back to work pretty early, and they have found their flow. He's going to start off 3rd today. But guys, I'm thinking that an early Mother's Day present for a win of Felix Rosenqvist would be a pretty good present to me. Jack.
Thanks, G. My driver to watch today, the 26 of Will Power. Just to put into context how out of position he is right now in his starting place. 6 pole positions here, 5 wins, 9 podiums, and honestly, 2 of those podiums were in the last 2 races that were at this track. If there's a hard charger in this series, it's Will Power. Expect him to go forward today.
Well, thanks, guys. Well, thank you, guys. We'll open up now with JT up here in the booth as we're getting set. JT, this is going to be quite the entertaining battle. And don't worry, we won't see my face through the entirety of the race. We'll have the battle camera open. My God. JT, then, tell me, who's your pick a winner coming today? Who have you got to pick?
I'm going to be that guy. I'm gonna go boring. I need those pick a winner points. Alex Palou will win this race.
I am going to go for Patrico Award. I think Pato's going to win today. And I'm going to state, hopefully, he's going to do it. And I'll say he'll do the double. I think he's got a good shot at the 500.
You think?
It's his turn. It is around about his turn. I mean, come on. He's done so much and he's still not done it. It has to be at some point his turn.
Yes.
Just want to make clear that was a Pepsi, not a beer.
This is...
God.
We need that clipped, and we need that as a soundboard.
Just take a look. See, Pepsi. Right, they're coming to the start then, JT. We're all ready for.
Yeah, this is
the race.
Perfect time because the final race of the day at Mildenhall is about to start, and this is about to start. This is an incredible clash of events that I want to watch both of.
Well, last victor was Alex Palou, pole and the win. Can he convert once again to do something? He comes out of the last corner and we will head up to the line. We are all set then for what is going to be 85 laps around the Indianapolis road course. The month of May begins right here, right now, and it's Alex Palou and Pato O'Ward down the start straight. There's contact behind, but the green flag waves, and we are racing at Indianapolis in the month of May. There was contact further back, and already we've got a damaged front wing for one of the competitors down to the first corner. It looks like it's going to be the 9 car, and Pato spins! Pato spins in the centre of the pack, and there's chaos at turn 1. Out goes the 4. Scott Dixon's involved in that as well. That's the 69 car gone around. It's unbelievable, and the full course yellow's out. Dixon's out of the race, and it's all kicked off. That was a very clumsy start, though. Quite a lot went wrong, JT.
What an absolute mess.
Unbelievable.
Welcome to the month of May, everyone.
That's pretty much sums it up. Caution comes out. And we immediately go behind the pace car and Alex Palou, and that is now a engine coolant issue and brake issue coming in. So who's actually involved down there? That's what I need to see.
It's the 4, the 9.
Yeah, firing the brakes now.
So the 4, the 9, the 60, I believe, was also there.
I think Will Power's got
Ward,
something. He's dropped down. He was already sat at the back.
Involved.
Oh, and there's the 76.
The 76.
So Pato got spun round as well. So that is Venus Rike. So Rike runs into the back, down the back straightaway. In fact, there was multiple drama behind. Alex Palou and Pato all came. Oh, JT.
What happened there is the back of the field went before the front of the field.
How did and Pato got spun round by the 60 of Rosenquist, who comically also once out as the 69. But yeah, so the 60 of Rosenquist locks up on the front, tags round Pato O'Ward. O'Ward goes backwards in the gravel, nearly got collected by his own teammate.
Dixon spun before the 4 hit him.
Yeah, Dixon was already going around.
Oh, IndyCar, what we doing?
Down pit road they come. And that's the 76 of Venus
Down a
Rike.
closed pit road.
Rosenquist locked up, hit O'Ward. And everyone gets in the way. Let's check in with our commentary on Sky.
On a Pato O'Ward, he'll be spitting feathers, desperate for a strong result here for his championship. This is Venus Rike in pit lane. He was the car that I think was a victim in the concertina. I say that, yes, he's made the most amount of contact, but I think there was just a big checkup, and that concertina effect down that side of the grid just meant that eventually it was going to catch someone out. It caught Venus Rike out. I think he clattered into the back of Rasmussen. A bit of damage to Rasmussen's nose as well. Scott Dixon in the PNC bank car was the one stuck with Kyle Collette down at turn 1. You can just see
more debris.
Something
That's Dixon, isn't it?
underneath
Dixon is not helping
front of that car.
Dixon's front right is damaged. He needs to come in now.
Look and hold your hands over your eyes when you see front wings dislodged and loose and cars running at speed, because the last thing you want is it to come off and get underneath the front of the car. You eventually have no steering, but they're desperate to try and not lose too much time here, but they're going to have to come back into pit lane, or come into pit lane, I should say, because that bit of bodywork is dangerous, will not be allowed by race control to continue. So expect the PNC bank machine of Scott Dixon to get into pit lane this time around. So big losers in all of that. Carl Collette, Scott Dixon, Felix Rosenquist, of course. Pato O'Ward's got going. He's 21st. And Marcus Ericsson, who started 14th, down in 20th as well. Big movers and shakers. Marcus Armstrong started 20th, up to 8th now. Rasmussen started 18th. He's up. Barucci started 15th. He's up to 6th. So there's some big movers and shakers. What happened to Will Power? He's not really made too much ground. He's made a few places. Started 25th and is currently 18th. But at the moment, it's Palou Malukas up there in the Team Penske machine in 2nd place.
That's Carl Collette coming in with wing damage as well. So he's been hit at the backside by someone. It's not exactly gone the best way here at the moment. JT, out of 10, how would you rate that start?
Yeah, that was a chaotic start.
Chaotic, that's a new one.
Yeah. And that's what happens when you're trying to listen to something and talk and watch something and type something.
Grash said, oh my god, this start. Who put NASCAR drivers in IndyCars? The chaos for even the start line. It's exactly that. There's another yellow's just come out actually in the NASCAR series. I just went through the actual screen and part of the driver tracker screen. Go on, JT.
That start was an ARCA restart.
Yeah.
They crashed before they even got to the line. It happened in Watkins Glen.
Power, Simpson, Ericsson, O'Ward, Rosenquist, Colette all coming down. Pit rolled. Malukas actually was really close not to get anyone, and the engine stalled actually on Rosenquist.
Pits are open.
Yeah, pits are open now. It's amazing how it stalled even before we went going. I don't know. Everything seems wrong with this one. Well, that helps. Lap counter's back into being big now. Look, how did David Malukas get away with that one? Malukas was in front of everybody. I just missed it all. Absolutely. Look, David Malukas and even Joseph Newgarden right in the centre of it. Down pit road now. O'Ward. They're all diving in for fresh tyres and rubber. I think this is earlier on because he's left the pit lane now. So, yeah, those damaged get changed over. Alex Palou leads this race. Go on, JT.
Newgarden got into the back of Dixon, and that sent Dixon into Colette.
Yes. It's been that kind of day. Oh, I don't know. One of these days. So, no one's actually officially out of the... who's actually out of the race? Is anybody actually out? I don't think anybody is. Pit road, Jack Harvey.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Well, I was very happy to be standing next to you because I knew I would find out. That's the only way I would find out what happened. I have no idea.
David
Looks like
Letterman.
a few folks got together is what I will say now. That would be my early evaluation. I think everyone, well, yeah, I guess everyone's okay, eh?
They look okay. David, about a year ago, I asked you if you preferred me with my helmet on or with my microphone. I asked you for some tips. Do you think at least I maybe made a little progress on this?
Let me clarify one thing, Jack. When we spoke a year ago or so, and I said, I think you should wear a helmet, I was making a joke that as you do your broadcasting job, you wear the helmet. So people would take, look at this, they would take you more seriously. Oh my goodness. What is that, a half a dozen cars here?
Multiple.
Yeah.
Your driver's got
Lights on the pace car.
Yes, happy to hear that. Happy to hear that.
How are we generally feeling today? Feeling pretty good for the guys? Looked like Graham and Louis were quick and Mick's still learning all the time?
Yeah, I think that's as much as you could hope for. I mean, Graham has owned this track. It's his home track now, and he'll be strong regardless. Louis, what a kid he is. And Mick, like you say, Mick's learning. So everything we hoped for.
Well, David, thank you so much. As always, I love the banter with you. I knew exactly how you meant it as well.
Oh,
I'm glad. Wish you and the best for the team today.
I'm sorry, you caught me here when we should be talking about something, but I have no...
David Letterman proving he's still got it even to this day as they come into it. JT's just watching Mildenhall. There's 67 cars on the track at the end of it, so he's making the joke. But go on.
I did not do the joke. I just told you that there were 67 cars on the track, and
yeah, sure.
I'm sending you an image.
I'll keep an eye on it a sec once we go green. Oh no, I've got it now.
There you go.
Oh, and they've had a massive wreck. Why am I not surprised? It's
Far over.
Is that an IndyCar or this one? I can't tell anymore. Timing screens have updated, as you can see, with
there we go.
to include the. Oh wow, okay.
Don't go before the control. Don't go before the pace car. Don't go before the control car. Don't go before the car in front of you. Otherwise, you will crash into them.
Might also notice on our driver tracker on the battle screen, which you will see in a minute, we've now got the cars from now on as well, which will come in handy when we get to the 500. Into the restart zone then, and we go racing here once again. The green flag falls, and it's a great restart as Aaron Likens throws it. Look at Carl Kirkwood moving ahead of Graham Rahal down the inside line of the backstretch towards turn number 1. Kirkwood's actually going very well. I wonder if we might get into Malukas, he's still on P2. Further back, a couple of manoeuvres going on, a little bit of a drama there. Set back, that's Scotty Mack, who's in 11th position. He's on the attack now of Louis Foster, who's moved up into 10th place actually as well. So Foster did manage to close up a little bit more than I was expecting here, but a good restart as we're on board with Joseph Newgarden chasing down his teammate down the Museum Boulevard, down in towards the braking zone, and on the inside, Rahal gets that place back away from, is that defended from Grosjean? Yes, it is, and off, there's another car off with damage. Can't tell which that is at the moment.
Rasmussen.
It's Christian Rasmussen. I was thinking, was it Will Power? Because I've got similar liveries, but it's the 21 of Christian Rasmussen.
Penalty.
Ah, right. What's that for? The contact, presumably, because he locked up. Yeah, coming into it. Let's go back on screen then and keep an eye out.
Drive-through penalty, avoidable contact, and the start was reviewed. No action on the start itself, just a turn 1 incident.
Fair dues. Fair enough shenanigans as they come into this. Right on board, down to turn 1, and here comes Kirkwood on the inside of Malukas. It's nice to see that silver Verizon number 12 back, but this time, of course, being driven by a new driver in David Malukas.
Rosenquist down pit road for that drive-through penalty now.
So that's why he's down to the back of the field. Palou's already got 9/10 of a second to Malukas at the moment, so to Kirkwood, I should say, because that timing screen needs to update. What a stunning event we're going to see here. Kirkwood into P2 as we're about to start the next lap times by. Don't forget, as I said, on Tuesday, the 108th of the Indy 500. Join us for that. It's going to be something. Yep, avoidable contact, you said. Go on, GT. Oh, sorry, I thought you said something. Kirkwood coming in. Here we go.
It's the 1/10th running, not the 108th.
I thought I said 108. I wonder why I said that. Oh, well, 1/10th. Why did I say 108? Well, the 110th running in the Indy 500 starts on Tuesday. Why did I say that?
Are you feeling okay?
It's the end of a very long day, and tomorrow might be even longer. How are you going to handle the 500 in the Canadian Grand Prix? Simple. 500 starts before Canada. 500 ends. We go straight to Canada. Should actually be fine, shouldn't it, JT? Oh, and Dixon's getting himself into the mix of things as well. He's over with Car. What a move from Car Collette. Round the outside of Dixon down turn 1. This is over 20th and 21st positions, but Collette is fighting hard. And Dixon needs to back out a bit. That car's still understeering a little bit. But actually, quite a well-done manoeuvre. I am impressed. Schumacher on the inside of Pato O'Ward. And Schumacher makes the move.
VK drive-through penalty due to not moving to the rear of the field as instructed by the IndyCar officials, so they gave him a drive-through penalty for not obeying IndyCar officials' instructions.
Only in these races can you accept that and go, yep, that kind of makes sense actually overall. I just nearly said Carson Quaffle as well being penalised, but that's in O'Reilly. Oh, and guess who's leading the top 2 in O'Reilly? It's Shane Van Gisbergen and Connor Zilic. So that's pretty standard. I'm glad we're not commentating on that one. This is much more interesting. Rossi gets up to 11th position, dives in on the inside line. There is O'Ward. Oh, and a lock-up for Schumacher down to turn 1. He's going to run it in deep. O'Ward sends it round the outside. Schumacher locking up. His father did that in 2005, coming out the pit lane and almost ran into Barrichello. And a little bit of a hard start back then. Pit road. No, pit road. There's a mic issue still there. Go on.
That year. The US Grand Prix, yes.
Michael won here actually in 05 and 06. As we take a look at
there wasn't many cars to compete against, JP.
Not in 05 there wasn't, no. 05 was a very simple affair, wasn't it? Rasmussen is in the pit still. Been there 2 laps now, says Grash. Yep, Rasmussen might have to get the marker of doom out for that one. For the Sonsio Grand Prix of Indianapolis. Lap 10 of 85. Grosjean attacking. Lundgaard's around the outside. Grosjean keeps 5th position. Lundgaard wants to find a way through. Sort of needs to find a traction zone. We ride with him now. Rear stepping out nicely. Come on. More power. More attack. Move it, shake it. Who do you think you are? Spice Girls galore. Go on, JT.
That is a wild message that Bob Popclass has just sent. Carson Quaffle has been penalised in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race for hitting a Kyle Sieg crew member of pit road.
Yeah. He's tapped that
quick. He hit another member's crew member.
there's a penalty coming from that somewhere on the line, isn't there? Pit road, yes. Let's check in with James. She's got some news.
Great battle right here with Grosjean. Grosjean's so good at this racetrack. Same with Christian Lundgaard. Both guys have had success here. Both have been on the podium. Both would love to get back up there for their respective teams. And right now it's a nice mix of teams in the top 7. I see 7 different teams represented in those first 7 spots.
Foster. Up and on the inside of Ferrucci, and that's another place for the RLL drive.
Tell you what, our commentary is actually audible. Fox's you can barely hear today coming into it. On board actually, that's Rahal in P4, looking like he's improving up. Let's check in with Tom Gaymore.
Really important for Carl Kirkwood that he can keep Alex Palou honest if he can just keep him in his sights. Carl Kirkwood's best finish on this circuit is 8th, and his average finish in 4 races is 10.5. So it's not his best circuit, but as I said, Andretti have made a big step forward with their road car package. They knew they needed to coming into 2026, and Carl Kirkwood putting that to good use because, ooh, that's Joe New just coming up the inside of Santino Ferrucci there.
Yep, so Newgarden moves up into 9th position. Ferrucci down to 10th to ride with Santino. And again, he had there's debris on the track, JT. That might throw a caution. Don't know where it was, as we've got an overtake coming. That's Lundgaard trying to throw it on the inside of Romain Grosjean down into turn 1. And I am saying it correctly. It's Grosjean. I literally saw an American pronounce it as Grosjean the other day.
What?
Yeah, not even kidding. They called him, what do they call him? Romain Grosjean. I was like, no, it's Romain Grosjean. As up the inside goes Christian Lundgaard on Grosjean, and he's made that stick down into turn 7. So that's a great move from Lundgaard, actually. And there's the debris. It's right just off the racing line before we come on to the banking section. So that's a very dangerous place. But yeah, honestly, I got another yellow flag in the Xfinity Riley race. That's getting a bit ridiculous now. But yeah, Romain, they called him Grosjean. Like, no. That's unbelievable coming into it. Carl Kirkwood has told Brian Herter he might have a possible vibration. Don't forget. Oh, and there's the move on the inside. Alexander Rossi getting ahead of Santino Ferrucci for the top 10. I was just actually taking a look at Alexander Rossi and his finishing rate here as well. It's not exactly been the greatest. He had victory only once here back in 2022 in the Grand Prix. And that was in the later year Grand Prix, not the Sonsio. That was the second race here we had. So that was the Harvest Grand Prix that we held. On board still with that 13 of 80, 13 of 85 as I say coming into it. Yeah. Remember, even Scott Dixon won here back in 2023, but Alex Palou won here in 24, start and finish, won here 25, start and finish. He could be on for a triple of Indianapolis Grand Prix wins for Sonsio. Let's have a replay. This is where the debris come off, JT. Oh, and it's just slipped off the inside.
As well, I'm surprised we haven't seen...
Don't see here that's come off just yet. That's behind Ferrucci. So that's Dennis Hauger's come off, JT. So Hauger's lost a piece of bodywork. And it's still there. They have yet to throw the yellow flag. Surprises and shocks me, really. I thought IndyCar were a lot more evident that they were going to yellow those things and get them secured. Surprises me. And then Siegel dives on the inside of Kiffin Simpson and makes a sweet move down through the museum as they go back on the track. So basically, it's down the start-finish straight, then through turns 1 and 2 through Unser Lane, then he's back through Hullman Boulevard, which is the museum straight, back through down 5th Street chicane, back on then through Shore Drive, back through the turn 2 banking, through the chicane at the first chicane, that's at Cashnervers Drive, and then back onto the start-finish straight down the paddock, which is Georgetown Road. That's the layout we've got here. Palou leads by 3.1 seconds, and it looks like, well, this regulation is here. Alex Palou has got the means to stay, and he is staying hard. We're watching now Kyle Kirkwood desperately trying to catch up and just not. It's not been the way he was thinking it would be. It's been quite a challenging battle, actually, between them all. So, yeah, that's 9 times out of 10. Not going to be the greatest look. Go on, GT.
It was a bent toe link for Rasmussen when he went through the grass.
Ah, okay. Palou leading, Kirk second, Malukas, Rahal, Lundgaard, Grosjean, Foster, Armstrong, Newgarden, Rossi, the top 10. As we start lap 16 of 85. As we stand, Hauger will be on more points from Armstrong, Simpson, Kirk. This is on positions gained, so Hauger plus 12, same as Armstrong, Simpson plus 8. That's on since the restart, so they've actually made significant moves during the restarted race. Power in, Dixon boxes. So Scott Dixon comes into pit lane. Let's go pit road.
Back to the typical windows. Generally in this race, about 22 or 23 laps is what you could do on a decent push at this point. Dixon can get home with not much save, just a little bit, on 2 more stops from here. 27 is a massive save. That's really hard to do. Somewhere between 20 and 23 is still running a pretty good pace on a full fuel stint. The only question is, how long do the Firestones last? Most think that the softs will last long enough.
And sorry to crash. More. Yeah. More debris, JT, on the backstretch. So I don't know why we haven't got.
And that's on the racing lot.
Yeah, we're getting a yellow. Surely a yellow flag soon. There's a large, that must be coming from the back there. So, pit road.
McLaughlin is in, and so is Marcus Ericsson.
We're hearing that maybe McLaughlin's going to do a front wing change after some damage. You called it there, Townsend, on that right front of the wing. You see the mechanics going to work there, the T-handles pulling off the nose cone. The racing's continuing on track. Nolan Siegel defending against Simpson as the racing...
Yep, and there we go around the outside. Simpson's going to be on the push. Siegel's on the inside. Simpson stays in 14th position. Just doesn't get the actual traction to keep into it. So here we go again then. Can Simpson gain on? Just closing in. He can't catch back. That beautiful livery with the Cernco fuel. Here it is again, look. So Simpson's trying to go on the outside. Kept on the brakes on the inside. And actually, that's the first time, JT, I'm going to say it. That's a good move from Nolan Siegel.
Yep, going now down the front straight away. In the pits, Grosjean pitted that time by, so did Armstrong for their pit stops, and we join Armstrong now in pit road.
They've got to brake over on Fox, which is annoying, as they come down pit road, trying to get more tractions and more zones in. Still keeping an eye out. So, Stingray Rob did come into the pit lane that time, but let's check in with Tom Gamewell.
Well, thanks to everyone who's got in touch on social media at Tom Gamewell, X Blue Sky or Instagram. We have fed back about the audio issues.
Thank you, Tom.
Not our end, and hopefully that can improve as the broadcast goes on, so thanks a lot for your feedback there. Pit stops in full swing already. It's about 21 laps for a green flag window, but as I said at the beginning of the broadcast, it's a bigger spectrum in terms of the pit stop window than we see at other circuits, say Long Beach last time out. So some people already pushing the...
Sorry, just going to interrupt. Shane Van Gisbergen and Colin Zilic crashed on pit road in the Xfinity Series. So that's getting quite energetic as we go back.
Earlier on in this first stint, so those fuel numbers will be favourable. And there is Joseph Newgarden in the Estimo Team Penske machine. He was inside the top 10, as we see the 21 ECR.
That's more work than going on for Christian.
He was in bother earlier on, and he was off as well down at turn 7. There is
Pato back in
has
again.
Just gone missing, and you can see the front left there having to go for the spare wheel nut, which is on their belt. So that's another issue there for Pato O'Ward, who's leaving pit lane. It's not been his day so far. Mexican will be really cheesed off with what happened down at turn 1, and that was a slow stop. He's going to come out side by side with the PNC Bank machine of Scott Dixon.
Dixon's got ahead.
Scott Dixon on warm tyres. They're both on the red sidewall tyre. And now they have a bit of clean air between them and Joseph Newgarden.
Newgarden's on the back now. He's going to go on the attack. Trying to work out where Joseph actually is on the board. He's in P13 as it comes in, along with Pato O'Ward as he came out of pits. Soft tyres, still the call. On board with Will Power now. He's having a pretty interesting race. He's now over to P10. Did start further back down, so he's at least gaining some traction out here. 113 per lap, 112 is the overall best lap time. So it's going all right as they come into this. What will be done first, though? The NASCAR Xfinity or the IndyCar Grand Prix?
How long's left in NASCAR?
One stage, 39 laps.
That'll definitely be done before this.
Running 28 minutes, done 20 laps, so that's an hour to do 40 laps. 2 hours. What time am I leaving here? 1 AM? That's going to be a rough wake-up call tomorrow. On board with Power. Still pushing hard. We look. That's a car stopping down on the start-finish straight.
Rossi.
Alexander Rossi. This will be a yellow flag. He has come to a halt directly on the start-finish line, and the caution is out. Alexander Rossi has come to a stop, and I think we've got a live timing issue because this caution's come out before we've even got it on our timing screens. So I think we've got another. We had one this morning where timings went down, so we might have an issue there. Kirkwood, Malukas, Rahal, Lundgaard, Foster all comes in, but yeah, Alexander Rossi has come to a halt, and he's out of the Indianapolis Grand Prix. We have got a timing screen issue. The flag stand is not working as they're... look, they don't know, they can't tell. They're still racing as Dixon, battling with the 28, but we're under caution. But yeah, we haven't been told because there's a green flag. Oh, this is ludicrous, JT. They're going to have to stop the race. They're still racing. They're going to... Now the yellow's come out. Finally, we've had a glitch. We've had this all day. The yellow flag has been out for ages, but we've had an issue. This might have to... This is ludicrous. The system's not working. Look, Rossi's been told, don't get out of the car, because look, it's still saying green flag on the system. We've got yellows now, but this race is under caution, and the computer hasn't recognised it. Now, if you were with us for qualifying earlier on, you might remember that we had a technical issue with the live timing graphics and the race control signals weren't working, and we lost telemetry for the first session. We seem to have had a similar issue as we've gone to yellow and the computer hasn't updated. It's just stuck. Well, JT, now finally the flag's overall. Aaron Likens is waving the yellow flag, but that could have been nasty. We were under yellow, but they were still racing. That's messy.
Should not be compromising safety in any way, shape or form.
It wasn't. It was just an issue.
Car stationary on the start and finish straight with other cars doing 180 miles
Just an
an
issue.
hour. It is a full course yellow. Bizarre decision that the carbon fibre was left out down at turn.
I must agree with that though, JT. Bizarre that the carbon fibre was left, but it's weird that we've got this situation going on now where the yellow was thrown and then wasn't thrown and then was thrown. It was like it was not. It was like it was rejecting it. We haven't got JT. Let's go to Tom.
His disdain there.
Sorry, JT. I've got you now. All right, well, let's go to Tom then while we've got a yellow flag. Yeah, the yellow came out on the TV broadcast, but the timing screen that we've got didn't go yellow.
As I was saying the last time I was talking, the top 9, if they stay out, the longer they stay out, with everyone pitting behind, they're exposed if there's a full course yellow. Race control deemed that car not to be in a dangerous position, so that's why they elected to keep the track, all the pits open, not to compromise the race, but it's a subjective view. I don't think that car is not in a dangerous position for me. Alexander Rossi talking to Ed Carpenter on the ECR pit perch, and they'll be hoping for better luck when they come back next week and start their preparation for the big one. The 110th running of the Indianapolis 500, but for now, 23 laps into this race, and his day is done. For Alex Palou, Carl Kirkwood, they have stayed out. It's a bit of a myriad of what's going on in terms of who's done what at the moment. Timing screen showing Alex Palou and Carl Kirkwood having stayed out. Will Power, David Malukas, Graham Rahal showing 3rd, 4th and 5th having stopped, with Christian Lundgaard in 6th. So let's try and pick up what's going on. And there you can see Alex Palou. See Carl Kirkwood there as well. So this is going to be a bit of a disaster for Alex Palou and Chip Ganassi. As I said, they stayed out, they rolled the dice. I think they've been compromised here in Indianapolis.
Right, caution is out.
Back on pit lane. Glad to see him getting back to the ECR perch.
Defo wrong, what Hinch said there. I don't know what he's looking at, but I can confirm that I was looking at the timing screen and it was going yellow, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, green. You saw it yourself.
Really cannot understand the reasoning why. For me, it seems utterly unfathomable. Hinch and Townsend. But we'll get to that in a moment, because Georgia has managed to grab Alexander Rossi.
Rossi out of the car and safely back to his pit box. First, originally tell me what happened, and then also the decision to get out of your car on the front stretch.
Well, it's pretty annoying to have failures on the car because of a product that we didn't ask for that doesn't improve the racing. So that's frustrating. Second of all, the fact that it took that long to throw a full course yellow when the car's on the front straight and people are going by at 170 miles an hour also seems insane when they don't let us drive in the wet yesterday. So I don't really know where the priorities lie. So pretty frustrated.
Thank you.
Alex Palou flipped off race control there. He is not a happy bunny. As we take a look, this was the yellow flag. So look, I'm telling you, JT, look, yellow flag, green flag. That was a local yellow. So it's not a full course yellow, but the timing screen did go yellow, as in full course yellow.
That confuses me there.
Yeah, I know, it's confusing me.
Because
there's the full course yellow now. That's a signal. So, yeah, go on.
In all of motorsport, in 99% of motorsport, the starter's stand, the starter's rostrum, the starter's flag post, where the starter is positioned on the start line, is not a flag post.
No, it's not. As into the pit lane. Yeah.
They do not show they do not show local yellows. That is not a thing in motorsport.
So
unless you are down at the low club levels where the starter stand is a marshal post. So there's
a bit of confusion.
That to me, that as soon as that local yellow went out from the starter stand,
that's a full course yellow.
That's a full course yellow.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is why the TV graphics went full course yellow, because they saw that yellow be thrown from the starter stand.
It's a really weird system because our graphics went yellow as well, but it took a while for them to actually update to yellow. It was like it was half yellow, half green. They couldn't work out what was going on. But I think you're right. I reckon what's happened is race control have overridden the flag stand. The flag stand put the yellow flag out. That indicates it's a full course yellow. But then we saw the green light further down at the next marshal point, the first marshal point, and that was showing green. So that's what's confused our timing data systems up here in the box. There is a massive miscommunication going on. Look what happened at the start as well, with everyone being bunched up too much, the green being held. Is Aaron Likens doing it today? Is he flagging the green? Because this is a bit of a shambolic effect here.
Aaron Likens is the starter for IndyCar, and I'm not going to diss him, and I'm not going to have a go at him at all. That's not his fault. He is a legend of a starter.
100%.
One to go is being given. It's race controls.
Information, yeah.
That was race controls mess up. There may be a rule in IndyCar where, if needed, the starter can display a local yellow. However, I don't think everyone, if that rule exists, has read it.
I don't think they have. Oh, and Honda. So when Rossi said thanks Honda on the radio, that was a sarcastic reference in the hybrid system which Rossi inferred had failed. So Will Power is now the leader for Andretti. Oh, this race is confusing me. I can't work out what's happening next. Yeah, everyone's agreed. That rules of IndyCar, I think, has been thrown out the window this season. I am 90% convinced, though, that was a full course yellow and race control mucked it up by not telling the correct people. Because they were still side by side with that track, and there was debris out there for ages that wasn't being sorted out. But either way, we have now gone green, which means this race is going to restart with Will Power as the race leader. Then it's David Malukas, the man who replaced him at Team Penske. This is going to be fun. Green flag. We go racing at the Brickyard. Aaron Likens waves the green flag down to turn one. Look at the run already towards the pit wall. Rahal pushes Lundgaard to the left so much. Lundgaard's forced around the outside, and Rahal's not giving him an inch down into turn one, but runs too deep. Lundgaard sent him round the outside. Well, that was Rahal being cocky, and that's Lundgaard being smart, JT. Fantastic. Old v young.
Absolutely. Rahal now through the chicane on the back straight. And we'll look to try and get past Lundgaard.
He's going to go for it. Rahal's trying to go around the outside this time. Meantime, Newgarden's battling out with Louis Foster. He's trying to go around the outside. Coming in hard. That's going to be Armstrong on Grosjean for 7th position. And he still might do it around the outside. How has he done that from Helga passing Ferrucci? Helga goes round the outside and Ferrucci's repassed him. Oh, these two are having a ding-dong. And now Ferrucci's under attack. Coming in from Nolan Siegel, 11th position, and Scott Dixon in 12th. Down to the chicane, lay on the brakes. Dixon goes to the inside, almost tags round the McLaren driver. Car right in the middle of Dixon. Coming now way into the braking zone as they swing back round. Contact, car up in the air. 3 cars involved, and that's Alex Palou going wide. It's Rosenquist for a second time today involved, and the full course caution is out again. Car stalled in the centre of the track, JT. Yellow again. Is that...
It's one of those.
Stingray Rob and Romain Grosjean boxes. Let's have a look at it. So this is on board with Rosenquist. So is he just going to have a blind day? Oh no, he hit Kiffin Simpson. Goes up, down. Rosenquist out. He's got a broken front right suspension. So Rosenquist out. He hits Kiffin Simpson. But who got spun round there? Was that... Couldn't quite tell on the driver tracker. I think... Is that Marcus Armstrong or is it Stingray Rob? I think it's Stingray Rob who gets spent round.
Head of the championship leader, good job. Nice avoiding action.
Oh, that's messy. Yellow again here. Palou dropped right back down into 17th place. Another full-time caution. There is spinning around, unfortunately, Stingray Rob. And there's another car out there, JT. Who's that has gone, man? That's down at turn 1. That's Rosenquist trying to get back to the pit lane.
Yeah, he went up in the air in that incident.
Why is he coming back? This is a mess. Absolute mess. So, Grosjean is in the pits.
Whoa.
Rasmussen somewhere.
Creed in the grass at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, apparently he got airtime. I haven't seen it myself, though. Oh, this is a mess.
Those splitters really dig into the grass.
Trying to work out who's who in this race is a tiny bit impossible, don't you think? So, who's out of this race? Well, Alexander Rossi is officially out, so he'll get the marker of doom from this one. Unfortunately, he retired early on. I can't even see him on my timing screens. There he is.
Also, worth noting that new head of IndyCar officiating recently, Scott Elkins.
Oh, I'm not surprised this is Scott Elkins. It's still somewhere in the mix of things. It feels like a very Scott Elkins thing. I'm sorry, but I think Felix Rosenquist is out of the race. We'll wait until it's official come over, but he's got a broken suspension. I can't see how they're going to get him back in this one. Armstrong's returned to the race. Go on.
That was a mess, and it'll be interesting to see what IndyCar say about it.
I'm expecting a lot of penalties to come through in a few moments' time. Sam says that this is getting as messy as 2021 Nashville. I think you're right. It's getting chaotic, it's getting messy, and it's getting personal. Caution is out. How many cautions is this now? 1. And I'm taking a look at how many cautions. This is caution number 2, I believe, isn't it? Yeah, only 2 cautions. I thought we had one right at the start.
Okay.
We did. How many cautions have we actually had? 3?
I have searched it up, and it seems like IndyCar, the starter can actually be a part of the local yellow system.
So it got confused with whether it's a full course yellow or an actual yellow.
The starter in IndyCar has the power to show a local yellow, which is what he did. However, that doesn't really help when
he's also
the local yellow is similar to or the same signal as caution.
So it should have been a single yellow, and he should hold double yellow.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a single yellow. It was a single waved yellow from the starter stand. Now on road courses, it's the 2 yellows held together.
Yes.
For the caution. However, on ovals, it's a single waved yellow from the starter stand, which signifies a caution. Which I think is where that confusion
came through, yeah.
Between road courses and ovals. Once we get into Tuesday in the month of May, And also, of course, all of the... Oh, here's a replay. He really did get up in the air, and he had to let go of the steering wheel.
He got up very high on the board. This is Rosenquist on board again. It's got nowhere to go.
I wonder if...
Oh. Gone.
That was a little bit like what we saw in Miami, just not rolling over sideways, rolling over the front.
Power boxing, by the way, power boxes. As does Award, Simpson, McLaughlin, Armstrong, and Rosenquist is officially out of the race. Go on, JT.
Right, so...
Marker of Doom crosses out Felix Rosenquist from this race. Marker of Doom is electronic this year.
What is it?
It's Apple Pen, isn't it? So, let's go down pit road.
Pit lane needs to come in now. Top up on fuel, lap 31. It's about where you thought it would be. And Jack is standing by with Felix Rosenquist.
Firstly, hands, wrists, everything's okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I just feel bad about lap 1. It was kind of messy, like someone drove into my rear and on the launch, so I couldn't really get going. I got kind of swarmed. Christian was on my outside, and we kind of tried to outbrake each other. And then Pato was just, all of a sudden he was just there. So, I feel really bad for everyone who got involved in it. It's obviously, I try to not hit people, and I feel like I'm pretty good about not doing that, but this one was definitely my mistake. And then the last one, I don't know what Kiffin was doing really. I was next to him, and he just went all the way to the apex, and we hit. So I think that one was not on me, but really unfortunate. We actually had a pretty good comeback before this.
All right, man, sorry about your day, and better luck in the Indy 500.
Thank you.
No.
Alright. Okay, so 31 of 85. Oh, this is just a mess. Scott Elkins is the manager and director of officiating of the new rules board, says Grash.
Yes. So he will have a fun, as managing director of all of the rules, he will have fun.
I got it, I understand. But that's not professional sport.
That's Romain Grosjean.
Upset there with race control.
Grosjean's angry at race control.
Exactly what put him out. We thought we saw
Grosjean
work
out
on the right front, perhaps steering arm of Grosjean's car. Either way, huge frustration as he was right up in the mix with the top 6. Now, guys, 2 fastest cars.
I think Romain Grosjean gets out of this race. Go on.
It also seems like the flag post before the starter stand, when Rossi came to a stop, was still displaying the white flag, even though he had come to a stop. Maybe that is why the starter stand went so quickly on the local yellow train.
Yeah, because it was still... Oh, this is messy.
A white flag is a slow-moving car.
Not stopped.
Not a stationary car.
It's messy. It's messy. Ward stopped again. He's now dropped to the rear of the field.
Hold on. NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series have used CCTV footage.
Really? What for?
Sheldon Creed's incident.
Oh, wow. He did get air, apparently. Oh, hang on a minute. That's the 21 of Rasmussen being returned to the race. We were told.
You can still see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can.
Ready?
Yep, watching. Oh my God! He got massive air. Sheldon Creed was in a bit of a blunder then. Okay, let's get ready to rumble. Once more here at Indianapolis. This time it's David Malukas leading us to the restart in that silver Verizon Penske number 12 from Lundgaard just behind him. Remember, you can use the push to pass now on the restart, and several of the drivers are doing just that as they come down towards turn number 1. Late on the brakes, Malukas was on it. Side by sides further back as well to make the positions up. Alex Palou He's making some moves on the inside of Venus VK and makes his way up into 13th position. VK down into 14th. Cloud cover now coming over the circuit. We are expecting the possibility of a little bit of rain as we go on the attack once more. What a cracking start to this race. Malukas. Then it's Lundgaard. For some reason, with the qualifying timings are open, because we're seeing on the international broadcast that at 1:12. 3 wide into the braking zone, down Human Boulevard, and there's a car off the track. Who's that who's gone straight on? Is that the 77? I think that's Stingray Rob who's gone straight on, down at the back stretch.
Avoidable contact penalty, Marcus Armstrong drive-through.
Oh. This is, and hang on, the 21's back out on the circuit. So that is Christian Rasmussen returning to the race. Oh, this is a messy day. Can't work out what's where. Dixon. On board with him. Using the push to pass, got hybrid power as well down to turn 1. Dixon's having to go defensive. Palou trying to look on the inside line of Kyle Collect into the first corner and makes it stick. Nice. Very nice. This race is just going to be about who makes the easiest positions through and doesn't stuff it into a barrier somewhere. Indianapolis is a big one as, again, we're seeing another move around the outside. Siegel trying to have a go on Dennis Hauger for P7. We don't see that move completed because the Fox director is obsessed with Alex Palou, which annoys me because we should be seeing that manoeuvre, and I don't know because the timing tower's rubbish. Did he make that move? Hauger is ahead of Siegel, so there was no change in position down there. This is bugging me out today as well, having to commentate on the TV timers. You can't follow the race correctly because I don't have my usual timing tracker open because of all the other data systems we have to have fixed up here today. Radio. And here comes it. Kirkwood's on the inside line. He's going for a move on Ericsson down to turn 1. He almost teabags the back of Dixon. He went over the top of him, JT. Wow. That was almost going to be a collision and a half. Dixon saw it coming and I saw him push the booster power on.
Yeah, as now on board heading down the back straight. On board with Kirkwood.
He's in P10 and looking rather splendid as well, actually. Couple more places having a bit of fun out there.
Pops out.
Thought we're going to hear some radio. Tell you what, my ears are being really wonky today in terms of things. I think like a head cold coming. About 35 of 85. On board now. Can we just have like the heads up of who's driving what? It's really annoying. Over the line we go. There's a lot more competitive natures than you think in this IndyCar field. Dixon's under attack now from the inside line, and Kyle Kirkwood gets through into 9th position. A sweet move on the inside. And there's that static camera on the inside line of turn 3. Kirkwood hunting down the field, so is Palou, but Kirkwood is the net lead at the moment. Kirkwood's on 24 lap old tyres, we understand, just hearing. So he's going to have to really think about when to come into the pit lane next and when to go on the attack. It's the who do you want to do, when do you want to do it kind of situation and day of play. There's so much more momentum in this race. Look again, the Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing. David Letterman's already here this weekend, as we know. We've spoken to him earlier, but 3rd and 4th at the moment. And then we've got Mick Schumacher 15th. Not too bad as points paying positions, but it's an absolutely insane strategy call at the moment. Well done. They always come alive at this place. And quite rightly so. Dixon now under attack by Marcus Ericsson. As Ericsson goes through down turn 1 and takes 10th position away. So now the top 10 is Malukas, Lundgaard, Rahal, Foster, Newgarden, Ferrucci, Hauger, Siegel, Kirkwood and Ericsson having completed that one. We ride on board now with Scott Dixon as he hurtled down Human Boulevard, and that is not, that's Kirkwood getting ahead of Siegel. Fox just showing us completely the wrong graphics. I feel like banging my head against the desk. Nothing's improved on Fox from year 1, has it? Year 2, just the same, terrible graphics, still the same, terrible pictures. And you want to bang your head against the wall massively to think, okay, we're going to have to put up with another Indy 500 with this. Not looking forward to it. There is Kyle Kirkwood. Alex Palou Radio.
Please. Update on push pass. Kirkwood's got 101. Ericsson has 67.
Not anymore. Kirkwood now at 70. Palou 151 seconds. That is going to be a big factor down the stretch.
It's going to be meaningful, but he's got to get there. It's not useful to him if Kirkwood's 3 cars in front, so there is a balance to be struck here, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. You've got Palou behind his teammate Dixon. Dixon doesn't need to do him any favors at this point of the race. Scott's out there trying to get himself some armor.
Palou looking awfully loose through the first left-hander of that chicane. It's a couple times now the back end of his race car has been wagging.
Yeah, he's sort of the sole driver on the hards in a sea of softs, trying to do what he can. Again, we're still kind of establishing which teams, which drivers like which compound better. Traditionally, this guy here... Doesn't matter, does it? Oh, it doesn't matter, but he can usually make the hards work better than anyone else. Yep. As you hear the call from Barry Wanzer, the 10 car stuck in traffic, he's going to try to pit now and come out in clean air.
If he comes out in clean air and he's got that push-to-pass advantage, look for Alex Palou to be laying down laps faster than anybody this race. That could make the difference.
And now, if you're Andretti, if you're Kyle Kirkwood's crew, what do you decide? Do you...
Yeah, because into the pit lane now comes Alex Palou as Kyle Kirkwood sends it up the inside for an overtake on Dennis Hauger into turn 1. Kirkwood moves to 7th. Palou is down pit road.
Tyres waiting for the 10 of Alex Palou. The goal clearly being here, getting some clear track and just rattle off as many quick lap times as he can. The call really qualifying laps as quickly as possible. It's just a classic 10-car stop.
Beautiful stuff from the 10 crew. He will be out in clean air. How long will Kirkwood's tyres last for him? He is on the soft tyre out there on track. He has made another position up to 7th now, having passed Dennis Hauger. Ferrucci next on the list for Kyle Kirkwood. There he is in the navy and gold car. Right on board with him.
There it is. And the call from Ryan Herta.
Wow, Herta calling in Kirkwood. So he's going to try and cover off Palou this time by Kirkwood pits. So does Marcus Ericsson. The 2 Andretti's, 27 and 28 coming in. And no sign yet of Will Power coming in the other one. But into the pit lane does come now, the 27. As we come up to half distance, this is critical.
To be perfect, it has to be clinical for the Andretti crew on the 27. Jack is waiting once again, Jack.
I am, Will. It feels like the action is just non-stop right now. We love to see it. Obviously, the 27 of Kyle Kirkwood have just decided to cover the 10 of Alex Palou. This is the championship battle. It's early in the season. We already know it. Everything is going to revolve around beating Alex Palou, and there has been an issue on the stop.
Front right, not gone on. It was not clinical. It was nothing but for the 27. He's lost 8 seconds on that stop, and Palou will scream by.
Time this season. As
there
Alex
he goes.
Palou easily cruises by Kirkwood in the pit lane. He's actually going to come out behind Ericsson, his teammate, Kirkwood's teammate, but these teams, they're beating themselves as much as Alex Palou is beating the field.
Good.
These race teams, time and time again, are beating themselves on the track, on strategy, on pit lane.
Don't forget what happened in Arlington. Issues for Kyle Kirkwood. He still won the race.
That's true. Kirkwood fought back in Arlington from a very difficult position and took the victory. Lap 41 of 85. We are approaching half distance here in the Indianapolis Grand Prix, sponsored by Sonsio. Let's check in with Tom Gamble from Sky.
Hands up, who was screaming at the TV there as Carl Kirkwood was in pit lane, and Hinch has summed it up perfectly. They're beating themselves as we see Alex Palou now trying to put a move on Marcus Ericsson.
He's got him, nicely done.
Just that, both on the softer red sidewall tyre. Interestingly as well, Kirkwood going for the used red, so he's gone red, so it's not clear-cut in terms of this being a black race. So there are various different strategies going on up and down pit lane. Palou and Kirkwood can definitely do it on one more stop with a bit of fuel save, but in terms of tyre strategy, interesting from Kirkwood there and Andretti, but they will be kicking themselves. Another pit stop goes awry, and how many times have we seen that? And benefit as well, the 10 crew, Palou, Chip Ganassi, Barry Wanzer, everyone that goes over the wall, they just execute every single time. That's what makes them so strong, and you're going to have to be perfect to beat them. As we go on board with Kirkwood, who's got his knees and elbows out there. He's going to be spitting feathers, so frustrated as another Chip Ganassi car hits pit road. This time it is Scott Dixon.
Move going further back as well. McLeod's making way. That's Pato O'Ward getting ahead of Kiffin Simpson.
Passed by Pato O'Ward. So O'Ward now up to 11th, Simpson down to 12th. But, dare I say it, David Malukas still leads out front. He's got a lead of 1.5 seconds. Can today be the day that David Malukas finds himself in victory lane? Lots of ifs and buts, only halfway through. But that is something to savour if you're an IndyCar fan. There would not be a more popular winner today than David Malukas. Such an amazing guy, and he goes about his racing in a wonderful manner, and he deserves all the success as, again, on board with Carl Kirkwood. This time he's passing Mick Schumacher. Mick Schumacher been in the news this week talking about a wrist injury that he sustained at St. Petersburg. It was wretched at Phoenix, really struggled through that weekend, but he's been driving injured. It's not quite right, no power steering on these cars. He's going to have surgery on that wrist at some stage, and it is hampering it. He's 20th at the moment.
On board as moves go down in towards the first corner. And Alex Palou sending it around the outside as well. Taking opportunities. Believe that is getting through on Stingray Robb, who is running in 14th position. Palou just did a 112.122 on that backstretch. Mighty impressive race.
Indeed, David Malukas leads Christian Lundgaard by 1.2.
There's the board coming through. David Land's video is going to be interesting. I look forward to watching. We are past halfway in the Sonsio Grand Prix of Indianapolis. And all hell has indeed broken loose here, as we thought it might do. It's kind of sadly the way this racing action seems to shape up sometime. Malukas is leading. Could he really be on course for his first victory for Team Penske? As they come down in towards turn 1 and 2, we're riding on board with the Andretti. Let's see, is that on board Marcus Ericsson? I have no idea who and what is happening right now without TV pictures. International viewers getting the short end of the stick here. It's been a crazy first race on this board. Hopefully you've all enjoyed it. There's David Malukas leading by 1.524 seconds to Christian Lundgaard, who's in P2. Pit road.
In the pit stall for Palou, 15.2 for Kyle Kirkwood in the 27.
That's tough to make up under green conditions, but all of the chaos today has just fallen the way of this guy, David Malukas. Calm, steady, methodical. That has defined his transition to Team Penske this 2026 season, and he is in the catbird seat.
And let's take a moment to talk about David Malukas as he leads this race. From Chicago, Illinois, 24 years of age. He has been the coming man for some time. The expectation on him last year that this seat would be his in 2026. He's such a likeable guy. He's such a fast driver. He's seen as something of an oval specialist. And I spoke to him earlier this weekend and he said, I don't want to be seen as that anymore. I need to start doing better on the roads, on the streets, and how he would love to take his first victory here.
It'd be so fitting, wouldn't it, to get that first victory on this type of racing track. But you got to look just about 1.7 seconds down the road. There's another driver that knows how to get it done around here, and it's quite the inverse. He's known for this type of racetrack, maybe not quite as efficient and successful on the ovals. That's Christian Lundgaard.
Yep, Christian Lundgaard started first back in 2023. He's had a fourth, a third, and then unfortunately 14th and 16th last year was not his cup of tea, but Lundgaard's been going well here since 2021, and that racing action as we're seeing a lot of cloud cover now coming over the circuit actually. That was slightly onto it. Who did I commentate his curse? Who you on about? Who have I said something about? Anyway, Rahal in, Newgarden in, as they come into it. Are we talking about Lundgaard in P2 or are we talking about Malukas? It's Malukas, isn't it? You don't want me to commentate curse him. Okay, I won't talk anymore. Rahal and Newgarden diving in. Foster's up in third place now, actually, as well. Remarkable strategy. JT's got some news. He's showing me an operator now with the yellow flag. So that's Aaron Likens displaying the single yellow flag on the board. So he's still showing a double yellow. Pit road coming in with Graham Rahal. And there's the driver with there's the marshal with the white flag further back. Pit road quickly.
When he has 9 of them in play, especially if a caution was to come out at the right time in front. These are used softs for Graham Rahal. He's back out. And Joseph Newgarden also making a stop.
Yeah, it was tidy from RLL. Really, really nice. 7.1 for them.
Yep, and there we go again. So JT's now also showing me the yellow flag stationary being held at the entry into, well, banking turn 1, so it's the exit out of 14. And it's close to the car is actually fully stopped over the line. So that flag is incorrect. So we've got a waved yellow for a local yellow, and that flag for a slow car which is actually stopped. And then the yellow flag starts waving, but no doubles. Rossi actually has to get out of the car in order for something to twig. Malukas down pit road.
Just say something weird with the engine going on?
No.
That didn't. Yes, we understand that was radio from the 12. Let's watch Team Penske. Do they spend any time looking at the powertrain, Jack? The leader coming to you.
No, I haven't. No.
Yeah, thanks, Townsend. We're not sure exactly what that radio communication was in actual reference to, so I'll dive into that here in a little bit. It's going to be used soft tyres for David Malukas. Not the very cleanest stop from the 12, but he has handled today absolutely beautifully.
Second stop for
Malukas reporting that the engine felt weird, but he's fine at exit pit lane.
Next time round to keep him well within that battle. Whereabouts is Graham Rahal? There he is. Malukas will clear
Gets that way ahead.
with ease on exit.
So Malukas will clear him out of pit lane. That's something coming into it. I don't know if JT is just listening to the Alexander Rossi interview or he wanted me to listen to it, but either way, into the pit lane now, very cheekily into the pits actually coming through, is Pato O'Ward. He's been having a day and a half, hasn't he? He's going to pit road.
He can just do a standard 7-second stop. He will have an absolute chance to blend with Malukas and race.
This is not the last stop, but it might be the most critical.
This is Rasmussen.
Might determine the race. Shell 100% renewable fuel coming for Christian Lundgaard. He's got used softs, the red sidewall coming in and hitting the box. They need to nail one. They had a little bit of a bobble that might have cost them a chance to fight for a win at Barber Motorsports Park. How is this one going to go? Tires are done. Fuel is done.
It's
Now let's watch the 12 race.
It's good.
Where is David Malukas as Lundgaard will exit pit lane? We're watching Palou. He'll go through. Power takes the lead. But is David Malukas going to get out ahead at pit road? I think he is. They just make it. Lundgaard hits back on the Power. Malukas going to come in towards turn 1. Lundgaard's going to be right there. And David Malukas gets out ahead of Christian Lundgaard. Yes!
Gap between them is down to inches. And that slight hesitation for Lundgaard launching from the box, that may have been the difference, guys. It was also an 8+ second stop.
Christian Lundgaard almost threw away his race car. A huge
Almost
moment
lost
exiting turn 4. A wild save.
The gap opens up because of that save. But Malukas maintains track position over Lundgaard. Will Power finds himself back in the lead of this race on an alternate and fuel-saving strategy. Alex Palou down in 11th and fighting his way through the field. It is on for the win as we approach lap 50 here in Indianapolis.
Fascinating stuff here at Indianapolis, and for team David Malukas fans, with that special tribute livery that he's got, he's running here this weekend, and that is Will Power claimed Roger Penske's 200th IndyCar win at the 2018 edition of the Indianapolis 500, and that's what it is.
Huge lockup down to the first corner.
2 as I look up and Louis Foster's going.
Yeah, Foster tried to pass Palou, locked up, went straight on through turn 1, had to use the overshoot, so Palou goes through into 8th place.
Inside the top 10 as we catch back up with David Malukas making his way around the Sunoco Chip Ganassi machine of Kiffin. Simpson down to 4th, Malukas up to 3rd. Now Ward and Power haven't pitted 18 laps since their last stop, same as Kiffin Simpson, so they will be coming in, I would say, they're going to save considerably to do it on one more stop, do the maths, but they're going to be out for a little bit longer. An opportunity now for Malukas to get his head down, try and tow up to the back of O'Ward. Power, I don't think it'll take him long to catch Pato O'Ward. Won't be doing any fuel saving really in the 12 camp. And this could be a very, very special day for David Malukas and Team Penske. As further back, Palou and Newgarden very close together, 7th and 8th. And then just up the road, Graham Rahal. Lundgaard still in there as well, on board with Lundgaard. Had that big switch. And that correction really slowed him through the chicane. And that full throttle run down to turn 7.
They are on the push strategy, just FYI. Everyone has one more stop to make.
Just behind. There's so much of this race still to go at IMS. Will it be David Malukas? I can't see the alternate strategy working for Power and O'Ward, but stranger things have happened, of course.
Very much so.
New helmet for David Malukas this weekend. If you follow his socials, get a real close-up of the design of that. You can see the top of it as we ride on board with the Verizon machine. And the brakes closing right up to the back of Pato O'Ward's Arrow McLaren. O'Ward, of course, recovering from that first corner melee with Felix Rosenqvist.
You're back with us on lap 52 out of 85. 34 laps to go. And Malukas look at the inside of Pato O'Ward with a very late lunge. So that's Malukas going up into 2nd position. Ahead, Team Pit Road.
To keep
That's why I thought we were going to hear Pit Road there. We are not, as things currently stand. Lundgaard has taken Simpson for 4th. Rahal follows him into 5th position. So it's Power, Malukas, O'Ward, Lundgaard, Rahal, Simpson, Newgarden, Palou, Foster, Ferrucci, the top 10. And there's some mammoth racing going on here. Let's go check in with Fox what happened to the break.
On the way into the chicane too. That's cold tires, full fuel, trying to do that change of direction. It just has this pendulum effect of the weight on the back of the car. Tires not quite ready to take it.
I mean, how fast were those hands? If you blink, you will not see that correction. That was...
I missed it when you first reacted. I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't see anything.
That was a big moment.
Power leads Malukas by 8.2 seconds. It's fitting that Malukas has this livery on his car this weekend. It is to celebrate what was Penske's 200th race at the 2018 Indy Grand Prix. This as part of their 60th anniversary tour. And Malukas saying what an honor it is to drive this livery, to drive this car, to drive this number 12, and to replace somebody he's always looked up to in Will Power. Jack, what can you tell us?
Well, we heard a little bit of radio communication from David right as he stopped, saying he was having some issue with the engine. I caught up with his strategist, Travis Law, and they said that nothing was actually showing up on data or telemetry, but obviously since that radio communication, they're going to be keeping an extra close eye on it. Kevin.
Well, even beyond that big moment on the outlet for Christian Lundgaard, he just said a lap ago, I am so loose right now. Not super happy with the car at the moment. On the no fuel save needed strategies, he goes around his teammate Pato O'Ward, who is on a big fuel save. Effectively, Lundgaard is second, now up to third overall in the race.
Yeah, you're not going to get any arguments here from Pato O'Ward.
Yep. Yeah, Lundgaard made the moves here on the inside line, so he's now making up a couple of positions as well. Rahal gets past as well. O'Ward for fourth position as he dives through on the inside line. That's very nicely done. And O'Ward's just not bothering to stop anybody there. It's not just literally after you go through, don't make any attack or defensive maneuvers. So Power leading, Malukas in second, but Malukas has the net lead of this race as things currently stand, as far as we make sense of it. This is a fantastic little battle. Power's improving exponentially, is the word I'm trying to look for out there. As I'm just looking on his onboard camera now as well, the telemetry is unbelievable with what we've got out there. Quite a lot of the drivers have cameras on at the moment who are in the top of this field right now. Grosjean improving. Again, this race is all going to come down to who's got the fastest lap time since. Power, 24 laps since he last stopped. Malukas, 7 laps. Lundgaard, 6. Pato O'Ward, 23 laps. Simpson, 24. Hauger and Dixon, 12, 13. Ericsson, 15. So, you know, we've really got to see stops coming in soon for Power as well. On those ulterior red sticker wall tyres, they're going to be giving up quite quickly. Power, though, does another top lap on 13.236. He's not slowing down on those softs, is he? 25 laps left since his last stop.
He's happy with the soft tires mid-stint.
That's Power.
What a drive from him up to 7th as it stands.
Here's Palou.
But it's Power who leads. Malukas second. It's the battle between Malukas, Lundgaard and Rahal. That is the battle for the win. You know what, folks? Why don't you go inside the mind of our dear friend, Mr. James Hinchcliffe, by checking out Driver's Eye. 6-time IndyCar winner brings you inside the mind of a racer while breaking down the nuts and bolts of the sport for fans. Scan the QR code or visit foxsports.com.
I've been standing next to this guy for the last several years. I feel like I've been inside the mind, and it's a strange place.
It's an interesting place.
It's lots to learn. Not useful.
No, there's a lot to learn.
There's a lot in there, though. There's a lot in there. And a lot coming up with, obviously, the 500 just around the corner, qualifying, bus lot pranks, all sorts of fun stuff coming up in the column.
And a lot of fun stuff still to happen on track here. 19 laps remain. This is not over. Not by a long shot. Power leads. Malukas second.
So much to look forward to in this race still. 30 laps, 29 now remaining. We're watching as Alex Palou tries to make his way back to the front and be victorious at the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. It's a big ask, but do you know what? It is doable. It is doable, as we see on the back. Let's check in with Tom Gamer.
Will Power chasing down the Andretti Global driver And then, of course, behind him, he's got Christian Lundgaard. He's got a pretty good advantage over Lundgaard at the moment. They're all on that red tyre. So historically speaking, coming into this weekend, it's been a black race, a primary race, but they're all fancying the used alternate. And I said there are a few question marks at the top of the coverage because we didn't have any warm-up, and what was happening with the engineers and the drivers in those discussions is they just didn't know. So they've stuck on this used red tyre, and they're pretty comfortable with that. They think that's a better tyre than the black sidewalled machine. As we see Joseph Newgarden and Pato O'Ward fighting it out there. 25 laps since Pato O'Ward stopped. He's going to owe us a pit stop very, very soon. Just needs to get to around lap 60 or so, and that's going to be a monster stint. He's got to be fuel saving. It's not enough, so that's going to be too big a window. I think it's going to be a monster fuel save for Pato O'Ward should they be able to do this now on the final stint. It will be 27 laps right at the end of what is possible. We know that the Chevrolet is not quite as good as the Honda in terms of its mileage, so that is a challenge for Pato O'Ward now. So he'll be saving a lot to get to the end. All eyes on the Arrow McLaren crew. There is Joseph Newgarden, and he was the car that Pato O'Ward was having a bit of a battle with. Alex Palou, it is behind Pato. Leaves pit lane. Kiffin Simpson in the fast lane. How many laps has Palou been out now? 19 laps, so Palou's comfortable. He can get it done. As Will Power, the race leader, comes into pit lane as a big lockup. You can just see how much...
Well, finally into the pit lane comes Will Power. David Malukas will take over at the front of the field then finally. It's been a bit of a wild start for him, but it kind of now does make sense. As you can see with our new timing tower board as well for this weekend, the actual cars on the side. So Power takes the stop. A little bit longer on the front right. Had to go twice on the attack. A lot of fuel, and away he goes.
And I know we said it at the start of the race, sometimes charging hard isn't always passing cars. It's being disciplined to hit the fuel number. Will Power did that excellently.
Thanks, Jack. Just quickly, by the way, N3 race car, what happened was he got caught out by the caution. It just an alternative strategy, and he's locked up, coming out. Power locks up and goes over the pit exit line. He'll get a penalty for that. Just going a bit too deep on the brakes, and that will be a penalty coming from race control. No doubt about it now.
That realm. Well, as we look at Will Power, who was in the lead and had started last, we're going to take a look at the Power Performance sponsored by Harbour Freight. The biggest movers, the biggest positions gained. Dennis Hauger up 16, Will Power currently up 10. Although a moment ago he was up 24 places. Santino Ferrucci up 8, Renus up 7, Joseph up 6. Those are your Harbour Freight Power Performance drivers for this race, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Will Power finish a little higher than
So James, just going back to that lockup, the rule.
Drive through, take it now.
Drive through for Power, take it now. Drive through.
White line that separates the racetrack from pit lane right here.
Double lockup for Power at exit. He's been given a drive through, take it now. Yep, you go over that line, you get a penalty. No ifs, no buts, do not stop, do not pass go, do not collect 200 points. He has got that penalty. So on board now with David Malukas, and it's looking rather strong for him actually there. Very strong on the front. We're watching now as David Malukas with a 1.5 second advantage at the front of the field. Fifth lead change of the race as Malukas takes over. Malukas holds the lead in that number 12 Team Penske Chevrolet with 25 laps to go. Third round of pit stops is well underway though. Lundgaard in the number 7 Aaron McLaren running second. He's about 7 Actually, now he's 1.5 seconds back. So it's still coming down quite quickly here. Is Lundgaard or Malukas? It's the day of the pups to try and win. McLaren jumped Malukas. Malukas now racing for Penske. And is he going to claim his first Penske win here at their home circuit? It's all to play for. 25 laps to go at the Brickyard.
The top three, Louis Foster's in the top 6 as well, so the team performing well, not just on the 15 car, but the other thing that's interesting for me, guys, is just looking at this push-to-pass picture over the top 3. You've got David Malukas, 59 seconds, Lundgaard, 78 seconds, and Graham Rahal is sitting on 98 seconds left of his 200-second allocation of push-to-pass. This could be crucial late in this race.
Do you try the undercut? Is it strong enough? Is it powerful enough? No, they'll just respond on the next lap.
It just depends on how long do you go, because you don't want to have to save fuel to get to the end. I think it's going to come down to this right here. Firestone pit stop performance standings. You see Dixon the best, but look at Graham Rahal, 3rd overall, and you do not see David Malukas' car or Christian Lundgaard's car populate in that top 5.
David Malukas has never won a race in IndyCar. Christian Lundgaard is yet to win a race for his new team at McLaren. It would mean the world to both.
No. Malukas has yet to win a race for his new team at Penske. Lundgaard's yet to win a race for his debut at McLaren.
Huge recovery.
So Alex Palou over to P5, got screwed over by the caution earlier on, but now he's fighting back. He's closing in on Newgarden. Still trying to find some opening gambits. But come on, now Malukas in that number 12 Penske. It's a match made in heaven, isn't it? He is going fantastic at the moment. There'll be another stop coming. Palou boxes now. So does Marcus Ericsson and Nolan Siegel. So the critical pit stops are starting to happen here at the Brickyard. This is the moment they all switch over. 63 of 85 left in this race. Lundgaard is closing down on Malukas by 1.3 seconds. The tension rises. Are we going to see anything from Palou in the pits from our colleagues? Yes, we are. Pit road.
IndyCar win here at the Indy Road course. Jack is standing by for our championship leader, Alex Palou. Dropping down the order.
He is, Will, but he did pit from 5th. I caught up with Barry Wanzer and said, although that was a bit of confusion with the yellow flags, etc., you have recovered so well. And he said, yeah, but we're not satisfied with 5th. If we've got more on the table, we're going to go after it.
I think David Malukas needs to pit this lap because Alex Palou has put them in the danger zone. That means if a caution were to come right now, the pits would be closed. Malukas and Lundgaard would be trapped, and Alex Palou would go right to the lead. So let's see if they...
Yeah, there's a trap going on right now that is just waiting to be sprung. Is that going to be the case? Newgarden boxes, Hauger boxes, Kirkwood boxes. Is that going to be the same for everyone, though, coming into pit road soon? No, Malukas doesn't come in. Malukas stays out there on the circuit. He doesn't want a box just yet. Who is down there, though, at the moment, coming in? Newgarden, Hauger, Kirkwood, VK, Ericsson, all down.
A massive gamble. Was that some sort of a code? Meanwhile, we'll watch Newgarden come in. What's the tire choice? It is the new set of softs for the final stop. Newgarden, Team Penske away with a good one.
Guys, I don't get it. Why would you wait this long? There's 20 laps left in this race. The next time they come by, they are just so exposed on risk here. James, what's your theory?
And they're racing for the win, and right now Lundgaard is doing such a good job closing that gap down. I think they want to keep eating away at that advantage to David Malukas. I think the 12 has to blink first.
Lundgaard told me before this race this afternoon, I've no idea how I was so fast at Barber. The car just came alive on a road circuit. It's doing the same again today. He's cutting that gap back to Malukas, who stays out. The gap drops down. It's 8/10 of a second now. It was 9. Lundgaard is on the prowl and coming for David Malukas.
I understand why the 7 hasn't pit. I'm starting to question why the 12 hasn't pit yet, because they're exposed and they're losing ground to Lundgaard right now. This is starting to fall into the hands of the McLaren driver.
What tires will they select? before the end of this thing.
And remember, crucially, Malukas and the 12 team made a decision in Q3 in the Firestone Fast 6 to not use a new set of softs so they could have an extra new set for right now.
So Malukas throw down a wicked fast outlap.
Trying to work out then at the moment who's going to box when is difficult. It's getting close and it's getting interesting at the moment. It's such a bizarre push. So Malukas leading by only 0.8 of a second. Lundgaard pits, so does Rahal. This promotes Malukas to get a little bit of a good outlap. Now Malukas must box next time by. This is critical. Christian Lundgaard is it, so Santino Ferrucci. Malukas is pushing it now, there's a caution. Let's get out pit road.
Laps and pit crews.
Roll it back to Barber. The last pit stop was the one that cost Lundgaard the chance to fight for the win. Have McLaren learnt their lessons? Can they get this one off without a hitch? Lundgaard rolls down pit lane and pulls into his box.
Look at Malukas trapped in traffic as the stop happens, Kevin.
Graham Rahal is also coming in, and he's going to pit right in front of him, so that makes it a little bit tougher exit. And remember, it's easy to stall here. Lundgaard will get away safely. Rahal finishing both wins a new soft to finish the race.
Great stop from McLaren.
McLaren were really strong there, so was Lundgaard. They've pushed it out massively. Watching now to see where they all filter into this race. This is going to be critical. Armstrong gets ahead. Ferrucci and McLaughlin now. David Malukas is coming into the pit lane. 20 laps to go here at the Brickyard. There's about 25 minutes of running. Finally, Malukas comes in from the pit lane. He had to stop. It had to come in. It couldn't wait. Race leader in. And now this is personal.
Late for Malukas.
Pressure on the Malukas crew. Pressure on the 12.
The new red here, you need anything?
No response. And for Lundgaard, spraying that button, getting all the extra pace he can, needs a perfect outlap. Jack is standing by waiting for David Malukas.
I am Will. We didn't hear anything back from David Malukas if he wanted to make a wing adjustment or not. We did hear the radio communication, new soft tyres. We're going to get a great answer. Is the undercut better? Is the overcut better? This is going to be a really important and exciting
Great stop. Great stop from Penske. But the question is, we even come out to the Combox camera on this one. This is a race-defining moment. Has Lundgaard managed to close up the gap? There is Lundgaard down towards turn 1. Malukas coming into the stop now. He enters turn 1. Malukas gets out comfortably ahead. And he is really in control. 2.053 seconds. Malukas has done a brilliant setup. What a run now for Malukas. But can Lundgaard, with 1.3 seconds back, close it down? It's not over yet, folks. This race is very much on.
29 for Malukas, 53 for Lundgaard. He's got that one lap of heat in his tires. Malukas being held up by the DCR car in front of him. This could get spicy here.
It really could. Both of them on the button. 19 laps to go. They're going to have nothing left for the end. And Malukas with half the amount of push to pass left as Christian Lundgaard. It's
what we like to see.
Second. It's 3/4 of a second and closing. Here comes Lundgaard.
Lundgaard's going to go for the attack now. This is what we've been waiting for. He's on the push to pass with 44 seconds left. Malukas is blocking him too. It's 3/10 down towards turn 1. Malukas goes to the inside. Lundgaard holds it around the outside into the first corner. Malukas will have the undercut though. Can Lundgaard get back on the power? It's a battle for the lead here at the Brickyard. Lundgaard round the outside of turn 2. Surely not. Malukas, he's sliding around and Lundgaard goes through. Oh boy! What a tremendous move with a switchback down Human Boulevard. And Lundgaard leads. He gets ahead of Malukas. Oh, JT, that was fantastic.
An absolutely incredible move for Christian Lundgaard through the chicane. That is not easy to do. Incredible move. What a move. And he's already pulled 7/10 of a second.
I think Malukas is sort of in shock after that one. So would I be. That was tremendous. It was planned. It was executed to perfection. And anybody doubting McLaren's lineup, Christian Lundgaard's just given us an absolute corker. Round the outside at 2, threads it down at 3 and 4, and he deals well with Malukas, and the pit crew went nuts as well. JT, is that now Lundgaard in control of this race?
Possibly, but that has move of the race award.
Oh,
right there. That move of the year.
Yeah, that's not easy. That's a very hard, tight apex through 2, and he did it. And he got it then down near the chicane. That is unbelievable. Do you remember the NASCAR wreck we had there a couple of years ago? When there was damp?
Yes.
Yeah. You make it wrong there. It's an actually large shunt that you don't expect to happen. I am amazed. Go on.
It's very fast through there. Even though it is a chicane, it is very fast through there. I am going to disappear back into the shadow realm, and I will return a little bit later on.
No worries.
And I will go back to the talkback rail.
No worries. Right now, let's check in then, as there's a move going on further back as well. As that is, again, what am I say? That's going to be... That's Siegel getting ahead. That was a nice little dive bomb as well on the inside. Let's check in with Tom Gatemore.
His first year for McLaren at this track, but he knows how to get around this circuit. Qualified on the front row in 3 straight IMS road course races, including the 2023 Grand Prix. Finished 2nd, 4th, 4th and 3rd in 4 starts before last season, as I said. This now could be his first win here. Has a win, of course, with RLL, but not in the Papaya. And David Malukas, oh, you got a feel for him. But Christian Lundgaard, so quick at the end of Barber, felt that was one that got away. They're not going to make the same mistake here. And Tony Kanaan, who's a proper racer, the team principal at Arrow McLaren, would have been loving every second of that. And Zach Brown as well, if he's watching, he loves that kind of thing. And as I said, a true racer's move. Christian Lundgaard putting distance between himself and David Malukas. In the end, it wasn't too bad. A strategy call for Team Penske. I don't think they would have wanted to do that. They would have wanted to be in control. Carl Moyer and McLaren got the blink, didn't work. But Lundgaard made it count a lap later. 15 to go at RMS.
Not for me. "15 laps to go, anything can happen," and it usually does at the Sonsio Grand Prix of Indianapolis. We are standing by to wrap this one up. Christian Lundgaard, move of the season, around the outside of Malukas, and takes it absolutely brilliantly. I love how the AI transcript for this race via a catch-up, I said Lundgaard inherits the lead as Malukas pits. Not that he does a brilliant move around the outside and went wheel to wheel with him. No, it makes it sound like Malukas stopped. I'm just going to take a screenshot of that and tweet it later on, because that's definitely not what happened. Lundgaard radio.
Well, I got good news for you, pal. It's looking pretty good. 14 laps to go, 28 seconds of push to pass compared to Malukas with just 4. So Malukas, he's already going to be potentially under threat from Graham Rahal, who's got 84 seconds of push to pass. But Kev, our leader, is on cruise control right now.
And if you were watching in the first practice, the car was not good for Christian Lundgaard. He was not happy. And Kyle Moryu, who you've heard talking to Lundgaard, said, hey, why don't we remember back to what happened at the last road course? Started poorly at Barber Motorsports Park. Let's try that change. Even though that has a lot of hills and natural terrain and this is more flat, it worked. and that's what's got them back in the ballpark since second practice. Lundgaard has been quick all weekend, and he might be on his way to his second career win.
A second career win. It has been 46 races since Christian Lundgaard's so far one and only win in IndyCar 2023 in Toronto. What a drive he's had today. How well he's driven this season when you think about it. Podium first time out in St. Pete, started 12th, finished third. You think about Barber, started 10th, finished second, could have won on that day as well. And today he's had to fight for this. There's a long way to go. But what a drive already for Christian Lundgaard, and how well has he established himself at this team, at McLaren?
Well, at this track, when he showed up for the first time, he shocked everybody by making the Firestone Fast 6 straight out of Europe, shows up mid-season. How about another driver straight out of Europe having a career best day as a rookie? Mick Schumacher running solidly in 12th. He's already finished his final pit stop. That is a great day for the Schumacher name that has had so much success here in Indianapolis.
Let's hear from his teammate, Graham Rahal.
At current pace, you should catch Malukas with about 3 to go, and he's got 4 on the button.
4 on the button for Malukas.
There is Graham Rahal's radio messages. Lundgaard in the lead as we come into it. JT's gloating, he's got cookies in the box as well. We're just trying to wait for the end of the IndyCar, for the NASCAR broadcast. So as we take it in, let's check in with Tom Gaymore whilst we do the two. Tom.
Well, I said it earlier on, Graham Rahal just loves it around this place. He has 3 podium finishes here, and in 17 starts, 15 times he's finished in the top 10. He's hunting down David Malukas, whose Little Dave nickname is going to stick, I think, for a little bit longer, because he's been dusted up royally by Christian Lundgaard, whose racecraft in close quarters is second to none. There's not many people that can duke it out with Christian Lundgaard, and now we're looking at, I think that's Marcus Armstrong. Yes, it is. Pato Ward getting past for 16th. It's been a tough day in the office for Pato Ward, a race that actually promised so much after a fabulous qualifying session earlier on. Just did not get the rub of the green. Felix Rosenqvist, his old teammate, taking him out. And then that slow pit stop. Just want to park this car, get in the speedway machine. Of course, these road course cars parked away for the Indianapolis weeks ahead. Of course, we've got lots of coverage live for you from practice week next week into qualifying. And then, of course, the running of the big race itself. But they'll have completely built speedway machines. And we know how good Pato Ward is on the big speedway here.
Back with us here at the Brickyard with 11 laps to go. JT, this is going to get quite close now. Lundgaard 3 seconds ahead as there we get more moves going on further back. But this has been a dramatic race. It was difficult to start with, but it's closed up nicely.
Yeah, absolutely. A perfect time for a hockey to go into an ad break so I can actually come over and talk about cars going very fast and round in circles while in the middle of eating a very nice apple crumble cookie. As through
not jealous,
the
not jealous
chicane and down the back straight, and now heading down the front straight. That looks like a slowish car, but that's just how it looks from the air.
It was slightly slow, wasn't it, coming through? For the first time today, OBS is closed on my laptop. Literally, that's it.
Oh.
It's streamed all day. I'm very impressed with this MacBook coming into it. But yeah, it's been a long day.
Is NASCAR done then?
NASCAR is done. Hello to everybody who's tuned in from our coverage over there. That's a positive sign, JT. We might be out of here before midnight for the Cup Series tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's a positive, especially with Monday being our only rest day before going into the Indy 500 coverage. 10 laps remain. Who do you think then? It's got to be Lundgaard, isn't it? I'm disappointed actually because I think Malukas deserved it, but Lundgaard's move pushed it off completely.
if Lundgaard wins this, it'll go down in the books of one of the greatest moves.
100% agree with you. It was
okay. Back
amazing.
to the talk about Shadow Realm I go.
All right, bye-bye. It was amazing. Absolutely pitch perfect. I'm trying to find out what the timing buttons was. The way you press it, I don't know what it was. Let's go through the race then with Fox quickly.
Update May 22nd and
oh, they're talking about the
dates. May 24th, the 110th running of the Indy 500 live on Fox. As we said though, 9 laps ago, Christian Lundgaard leads David Malukas 3.2 seconds the gap. Graham Rahal is third and pulling that gap back. Newgarden's fourth, and guys, how about this? Alex Palou fifth, Scott Dixon sixth. Scott Dixon could have been out at turn 1. Alex Palou was left at the back of the field after the pit lane being closed during a full course yellow, and yet they're both 5th and 6th. Astonishing.
Such a Scott Dixon day. Every time he's in a position like that, they go off strategy. He does Dixon things behind the wheel. Kev, they're just so good at bouncing back.
And here's what's even more remarkable. This car is not all the way right. After that contact early, he said the steering wheel is straightish. It's a little bit, I think it was left hand down, they said, but he still soldiered through, and he's going to get a pretty decent result, Georgia.
I wanted to make mention of Dennis Hauger. Started 24th today, up to that 8th position. If it ended right now, he'd be the highest finishing rookie and definitely carrying momentum over into the month of May. This would also be his best finish of the year compared to 10th in St. Pete. So all good things from the Dale Coyne Racing crew.
16 places.
Thanks very much down there to Georgia and to Kevin. Hollywood Harvey, of course, will end up back in the car on Tuesday as he'll swap the microphone for a race seat in the 110th running of the Indianapolis 500. Meantime, this is looking very strong as Lundgaard 3.3207 ahead to Malukas. Then it's Rahal, Newgarden, Palou, top 5. Palou being top 5 after getting messed up by that early caution was very, very critical stuff. So, Lundgaard, after a stunning overtake round the outside, leads this race to David Malukas in second. Rahal, Edelman, Lanigan Racing, though, 3rd, 7th and 12th. Rahal 3rd, Foster 7th, Schumacher 12th. Stunning from them. They'll, of course, be joined for the 500, if I'm not wrong, by Catherine Legg. 33 cars will enter the month of May. There will be no bump day as far as I know. JT had news, I believe. Go on, JT.
However, there is on the Indianapolis 500 schedule, official schedule, there is still a last chance qualifier practice and qualifying session.
Huh.
Exactly. Huh.
So who's
there
34?
Is still a scheduled last chance qualifier practice and last chance qualifying session. Whether they do it is
2 hours.
Topic,
no
but
one's
it
there.
is scheduled.
I would not like to commentate on 2 hours of just one car going around and around and around.
I hope that happens now.
Yeah, probably will be. 34 cars, one goes home.
Wait, no, because then that means because I'm here every second to document every lap.
Yes, you are. You're stuck with me, and so is Megan. And then Omi will join us later on. It's going to be
Omi
a fun...
will probably not join us.
No, it's... yes, thank you. Legg is under AJ Foyt this year. I forgot who she was with this year with the eyes, lips and face. No bumping, only 33 cars entered. Well, yeah, that's what we said. We know there's only 33 cars entered, but the fact that on the website there's still the bump day kind of makes you feel like, is there 34 that could sneak through? We won't know officially.
They haven't specifically said bump day though. They just have a scheduled. Have a scheduled session called last chance qualifying, practice, and qualifying.
I hope they don't do what they did last year when they call it the last row qualifying to determine who runs 30th, 31st.
They might do that.
Yeah, that's just milking it a bit too much.
This hockey game has been going on this whole time while I've been chatting, but at the moment it's it's okay.
Yeah, just want to confirm, we know there's only 33 cars. We commentated on the open test, but the fact is that the schedule says that there's still a session. We kind of go, oh, I wonder if we might get a 34th car coming in.
What is happening on my screen right now?
There's a bright light there coming from over a saturated camera. Either way, our coverage of the Indy 500 is going to be every day for about 2 weeks. And also, we're going to have the Grid Tonight shows coming up. That's going to be fun at the end of it.
Are those daily now?
We are still working it out. But somebody else needs to host the last 30 minutes unless we can do it jointly. I'm not too sure yet. 5 to go at the moment. Pit road, Jack.
Job, let's say.
We wish you nothing but the very best of luck, Hollywood.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great time, man. Have a great time.
And let's not forget that Jack Harvey turned the fastest no-toe lap. That means no draft, pure speed. Jack Harvey the quickest at the two-day open test here in April. I think Jack Harvey has his best chance to win the Indy 500 this month. His race team is ready to go.
Because M3 Race Car says, I'm very excited to listen to your Indy coverage while I do terrifying things to my race car. Never timed anything, and I'm starting with never with a 25-year-old inheritance and what, interference engine? What? Jeez, M3 Race Car, be careful. I need to get a JT's back on top back. I need to get a thing coming through. Eyes, lips, and face. The elf. I know, it's ELF. Eyes, lips, and face car. The elf. As they come into it, eyes, lip faster, eyes, lip fuel. Yeah, could be something. 4 to go. But I'll tell you one thing, I have to know that because I told Nina about that, and she was very interested that that's the sponsor. She did. That's the 3rd year they've sponsored her now, coming into it. As Schumacher looks on the inside. Whoa. Yeah, isn't Catherine Legg actually at Watkins Glen this weekend? Yeah. JT's just confirmed. Yeah, Catherine Legg is doing Watkins Glen NASCAR this weekend, and then she's hopping on the plane, and then she's going into Indianapolis. Go on.
Lost pit selection and crew chief due to tech.
Ah, okay. Okay, yeah. So she called 3 lost down. But yeah, so Catherine Legg's actually going to have a busy couple of weeks. Oh, and Schumacher locks up! Trying to go for 11th place with Ferrucci, and almost has a massive contact. Santino just holds. Oh, he has hit him! Round goes Ferrucci! Schumacher a little bit adhesion over exertion, and he's gone round. Santino Ferrucci a 360. He keeps the engine running and will be able to keep going with no yellow. He loses his positions to Simpson, Armstrong, and Power down to 15th. That is a frustrating. What on earth was going through Mick's mind there? Almost lost him once, so he thought, oh no, I'll just run into him again. That was a complete punt.
Ow.
JT, that was a complete punt there for Mick, wasn't it? That was just completely running into the back of him. What was that?
What in a wide world of sports did we just witness?
Watch Ferrucci. It's not often I defend Santino Ferrucci here, but Ferrucci was just driving, and he nearly got hit by Schumacher once, and then he definitely got hit by Schumacher twice. What is going on? I have never, ever witnessed that. Mick Schumacher, brain fade. Well, he's learnt from his dad how to take out opponents, hasn't he? Armstrong looking on the inside of Simpson, down Human Boulevard into Museum Corner, and he's got the move stick. You can hear the tyres changing. So Armstrong to 12th, Simpson down to 13th. There is Lundgaard leading this race with 2 laps to go. We'll come on to the comp box on the last lap. I appreciate that you liked the learn from his dad. Yep, very much was a little bit of a manoeuvre there, wasn't it? Come on, Mick, keep better than that. That was a weird hit on Santino. Lundgaard, though, is on course for a very, very popular victory. Christian Lundgaard. It will be his first win. So, in his career as the white flag enters the air. This is the final lap here at the Brickyard for the Sonsio Grand Prix. Drive-through penalty for Mick Schumacher for avoidable contact. 75 starts in the NTT IndyCar Series for Christian Lundgaard. 1 win before, 11 podiums, 35 top 10s. Average finish 11.41, average start 12.95, 15 top 5s, three poles. But this is going to be something. It'll be his first win with McLaren, and it will be a deserving win. Lundgaard will finish in second position. He's cruising out onto the banking. He's taking it all in. He's 4.6 seconds clear to Malukas, who's also clear to Rahal. The month of May begins here at the Brickyard, and it's McLaren, number 7, who will be number 1. Christian Lundgaard wins the Grand Prix of Indianapolis to kick off the month of May. That is a superb drive. And finally, that number 7 McLaren team have reason to celebrate. An outside manoeuvre in sheer brilliance. Lundgaard wins at Indianapolis. Malukas is second, and Graham Rahal finishes in 3rd place. A stellar result. Newgarden 4th, Palou 5th, Dixon 6th, Foster, Hauger, Kirkwood and Siegel. What an amazing race. Lundgaard is victorious. Let's check in with Tom. Let's check in with Tom Gaymore.
Coming to Arrow McLaren. Now, last Win Pato Award back in July of last year at Toronto. This a timely reminder that Arrow McLaren are a force to be reckoned with. It's not just about Chip Ganassi, Team Penske, Andretti. Arrow McLaren are here and they want to win this championship, and they believe they've got a charger in Christian Lundgaard who can do just that. May need to brush up on his ovals, but no one can deny his street or road course pace. And he's the type of driver that if you give him a sniff, he'll take full advantage of the opportunity. And in fact, I don't even think he got a sniff. He just dusted David Malukas up and then drove off into the distance. That is a world-class drive from a very accomplished racing driver indeed. You've got to wake up pretty early in the morning to get one over on Christian Lundgaard when it comes to racecraft. And he's going to enjoy every second of this. And the biggest month of the year in terms of the IndyCar calendar, and he's going to be heading to it, brimming with confidence. A fantastic drive, and Carl Moyer calling the shots on his pit stand. Ex-Penske, of course, got it just spot on. It's a pretty iconic podium here at IMS. And that car will go up onto the elevator that takes it up, or will it? Well, let's go back now to Indianapolis for more of the celebrations from Team McLaren.
As he leads the Cardinals against Manny Machado and the Padres, or it's Mets Diamondbacks next on Fox. This, though, the Pennzoil moment of the race, and it was that gutsy move around the outside at the right-hander, keeping it stuck in for the left-right at the chicane. Malukas giving just enough space, but Lundgaard not to be denied. And ultimately the move that handed him his first victory for McLaren, and a deserving one. It's been coming for some time. Could have fought for it earlier this season at Barber. Has looked so racy ever since he joined this McLaren team. But this victory richly deserved, and it will be celebrated. Delighted for Christian. He's a great guy, brilliant racer, and moving to McLaren, there's a lot of pressure that comes along with this seat and this ride, given that McLaren's expectations and their desires are one thing and one thing alone, which is the championship.
Although Christian Lundgaard would be the first to tell you, I still am figuring out the ovals. James, I have to wonder how much does this success here at Indianapolis inspire him to dig maybe just a little bit deeper later this month, maybe take a little more risk on the most intimidating racetrack in the world and try to win the Indy 500.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to inspire him a little bit, I think, and it also is going to give the team an entire different level of confidence in his ability, the same way that this weekend Pato had to lean on him and his setup to get the car a little bit better. He needs to be comfortable doing the same thing going into the 500, because obviously Pato's track record there is exemplary.
You talk about momentum. Could this be momentum not just for an individual but for the team? Ryan Hunter-Reay on board for the 500. Pato O'Ward, we know, runs well at the 500. Christian Lundgaard, a winner on the road course. Could this be McLaren's month of May?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you look at how they've performed the last 5 years here. There's nothing that says they can't be contenders when the white flag's waving.
Well, what a day, what a drive, what a move, what a win. What a driver is Christian Lundgaard. Brilliant stuff. I love that. I mean, it was wild.
Well, you think about the way the weekend started, as James pointed out, this team was struggling a bit, but they figured it out. They reacted, and they reacted right. There's reacting wrong, and there's reacting right. And when you react right in racing, it means you're a team that is gelling. Absolutely.
That is your race winner, Christian Lundgaard, finally, for McLaren. And Jack is standing by, trying to get into the mix and celebrate with our race winner and get some words from him. A beautiful drive, a beautiful day down to Jack.
Christian, my friend, a multiple IndyCar race winner, first with McLaren. I know you so well, I know what it means to you, but tell the people, how happy are you right now?
Very happy. No, I really didn't expect this today. I hoped for it. This was a long wait for this win, especially around this place. I mean, Jack, you know how fast I've always been here, and it's just been time after time after time disappointment, and now we're here. Let's go! But first of all, I gotta say, happy Mother's Day to my mom tomorrow and all the mothers out there. And thanks to Chevy, the whole Aaron McLaren team. And we did it. Let's go. Good start to May.
That's what I was going to say. Pretty much the perfect start to May. Just before you strapped in, I came to you and said, dude, I think it's your day. You start to trust me now, or what?
Well, can you say that in 2 weeks' time?
No, because I'm going to try and do it instead. But yes, I will come up to you and still wish you luck.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you.
Congratulations, buddy.
Pato O'Ward congratulating his teammate, and Pato said to us this morning that it was his teammate's setup that helped him to qualify so well. Christian Lundgaard, such a big part of this team. Tony Kanaan celebrates with him. Coming up next on Fox, Major League Baseball, St. Louis Cardinals take on the San Diego Padres, or the New York Mets face the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the great...
Well, thanks very much to the team. Hello? Yes, there we go. Am I on? Yes, yes. Yes, you can hear me. Hello. Yes, right. Okay. Fantastic atmosphere then, bringing it up. We're going to wrap it up ourselves, and we'll bring JT up into the booth. JT, what's your final thoughts from today's action?
An incredible race if you ignore everything that happened in it.
Yeah.
Race control fell asleep. The reliability of cars fell asleep. Christian Lundgaard saved the show with that absolutely unreal move through the back straight chicane, which won him the race. But yeah, good race.
Been that type of day, hasn't it, coming into this one? But yeah, cheers, JC. Cheers to everybody who joined us for this one. And all day, really, it has been chaotic. We'll just take that away. So begins our month of May. We will be back with all of the action for our 110th running of the Indianapolis 500. Kicks off on Tuesday. Join us then. Thanks for your company. We'll see you tomorrow for more touring car action on JB Motorsports. Take care. And next up on USM, you're going to be redirected to the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Where we are all losing the will to live.
Where everyone's losing the will to live. See you later. Go on.
I will warn you, at the moment, some language may be used. It is that chaotic.
Great.
You have been warned.
Excellent. Right. See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.